Good evening, everybody. Welcome to AC Bible Stadium on the campus of Leander High School for tonight's high school football game between the Grizzlies of Glenn High School and your Georgetown Eagles. I'm Wally Harmon alongside Kelly DeVoll, Dave England, our producer, Harmon, Holden Tuma, our statistician this week. We'll see if we keep him around next week. Joins us as well. Gentlemen, I tell you what, Thursday night football has a little bit different ring, but what a night and what an opportunity for this Georgetown Eagle team. Kelly, one win, you're guaranteed the playoffs. One loss for this Glenn Grizzly team may end their season next week.
It's going to be a dogfight. Going to be a dogfight next week, too, because Glenn and Cedar Park are fighting for that 4th spot. If we win this week, like you said, we're locked in. Then it gets to seeding. And we won't even worry about that until we get tonight taken care of. Should be a great ball game tonight. It's going to be a challenge for the Georgetown defense. They faced a similar offense against Liberty Hill, and Liberty Hill had a great deal of success, especially in the first half. So we'll see what adjustments Georgetown has made to this wing T offense that we'll see tonight. Should be a fun ball game.
Two teams come in on two different ends of the spectrum. The Georgetown Eagles come in on a 4-game winning streak, having turned things around, righted the ship after 2 tough losses to the last non-district game to Liberty Hill, and a key loss for this team as Tucker Griffin. We thought Landry Leggett was going to be out for a while. Luckily, it was nothing major, and he was back the next week after that bye week. But Tucker Griffin lost pretty much what we've learned right now is for the season as your starting quarterback. And Noah Boris steps in and has led this team on a 4-game winning streak, coming off a tough loss against A&M Consolidated to open district play. And so an opportunity for this team to keep the ball rolling and keep this machine, well-oiled machine going. Some great interviews last night. Noah Boris, we got to talk to him and kind of make him talk about his year. A very quiet leader, a kid that has been forced into a leadership role with that injury, and it was fun to talk to him. But then, man, you talk about a spark on the defensive side of the ball, Brandon Stovall, and what an interview with him last night. A kid that's just playing with his hair on fire. The last 2 games, it just continues to that fire seems to continue to grow for that young man and the leadership that he shows on this team, the challenge that he puts in with his defensive team and the bond that they're growing. And it was a great time to talk to him and to realize how this defense has turned from 2 tough losses and put themselves and challenge themselves to get better every week.
And you heard it in Brandon's voice and in the words that he used in that interview last night. It's personal. This season has been personal for him. He carried over from baseball, but not only the passion and the commitment to the sport itself, but he's got some goals that he wants to obtain as a team in this season, and they seem laser-focused. We'll see once the ball gets kicked, but the team really seems focused on taking care of the business they got to take care of to get to the playoffs.
Then you go to the other end of the spectrum. The Glenn Grizzlies coming off a 2-game losing streak, a tough double overtime loss on the road at College Station, and then to get punched in the face by a fellow Leander ISD team last week in Cedar Park. Cedar Park trying to right their ship. They're 3-5 on the year, but 3-2 in district play, and that big defeat of Glenn gave Glenn their 2nd loss in a row and in district play. And so Glenn surprised some teams. Their schedule has looked different. They were victorious to start the year over Piper of San Antonio, Victoria West, and then they got beat 10-7, close game against Rouse, another Leander school that's in Division II, I believe. But they lost to Rouse, but then they came back and went on their own 3-game winning streak. Hendrickson they beat at Leander, and then against Eastview. But then the 2-game skid now that's come on, and they have a tough schedule ahead of them. They play A&M Consolidated next week, and so a tough back end of a schedule just like Georgetown did. Georgetown looked at it. You knocked out 3 opponents there after the loss to A&M Consolidated, winning at Hendrickson, beating Leander for homecoming, and at Eastview. But then upsetting College Station, and now you have Glenn and Cedar Park to end the year. And so both of these teams had a back-loaded schedule that was going to be tough, and it's proven tough for the Grizzlies. And so tonight, a key game for both of these teams. Georgetown 6-2 on the year, 4-1 in district play. and the Glen Grizzlies 5-3, 3-2 in district play. Dave, you look at this defense and what they've done to turn it, and the challenge tonight. I asked Brandon Stovall last night, is this a chance for this defense to kind of make up a right or wrong that occurred in those two games against Liberty Hill and A&M Consolidated? And he talked about it. He says, hey, I just think we worry about getting better each and every week.
Right, each and every week they have gotten better. They've improved markedly since that A&M Consolidated game and the Liberty Hill game. So it's going to be very, very exciting tonight to see what they're able to put together tonight, and see how they've grown. Like you said, they've matured, and I think they're playing at a very confident level right now, especially watching that interview with your defensive player of the week on the coach's show. You just felt that confidence, and all respect to Coach Pat, but Coach Nicky's doing some special stuff with this defense, and that's what's going to carry us. It's what we've kind of struggled with the playoffs. In this defense, and tonight's going to be a good test. We're really going to see where we're at. Of course, last week was a great test, and we saw where we were at. We were up 35-3 at the half. So we have the potential. We can show out tonight, or
And how does this team respond? You have a big win. You were the talk of the town. You were the talk of the district in the upset win over College Station. You were at home, and you had every right to be in that ball game. But the way and fashion in which this Georgetown team took it to College Station, 35-3 at halftime, and then all of a sudden coming out and getting that big punch from College Station that you're going to get in the second half, but upsetting the number 3 team in the state, number 4 in whatever poll, it doesn't matter, one of the top 10 teams in the state. And you did that job. How do you stay up for this game? But this coaching staff and this coach with Chuck Griffin, he's done a great job of erasing that celebration and time to go back to work. And so tonight, I tell you what, boys, I think we lucked out. We had a Thursday night game tonight. The storms come in tonight, middle of the night. Dave, weather-wise, what is this game going to look like? You see these Grizzly flags blowing around, a little wind here early, but what are we looking at here tonight?
Right, the wind is going to be out of the southeast at 6 to 7 miles an hour, so right to left as you're looking at the screen. And the clouds, as you can see out in the distance, have moved from the west to the east. That's that moisture coming in because that cold front is going to be coming in about sometime overnight. About between 1 o'clock tonight and 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon is going to be rain. But right now, we're in the clear. The radar's clear. It's just cloudy and a decent little wind out of the south. That could affect the passing game, could affect the kicking game, but we're not going to have any rain tonight. So a pretty good night for football, and it's 72 degrees, 69 at the end of the game.
Coach's show last night was a fun one out at Georgetown High School. The JV team's playing behind us and talking to Coach Griffin and talking to Noah Boris and Brandon Stovall. The trivia went off, and just a great night out there on the field. Kelly, you had a chance to visit with Coach Griffin and interview him earlier this week. Prepare us for that and take us to his interview.
So he talked a little bit about what you were just talking about a few minutes ago with the game last week, the success in the first half, the struggles in the second half dealing with adversity. And he had some really interesting things to say about how that can help moving forward. And here's that interview with Coach Griffin.
We welcome to the Countdown to Kickoff head coach Chuck Griffin. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks, Kelly. Good to be here.
Hey, congratulations. Great win against a very, very good College Station team.
Yeah,
you got to be proud of the effort.
Yeah, proud of our kids and our coaches, man. They did a really good job last week for sure.
I know how the game ended with that last touchdown. A little disappointing, but I think before that game, if they tell you walk out of there with an 11-point victory over College Station, you take that all day, every day.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. It was a great win. Proud of our kids, proud of the way they played. So really, really excited about that.
So in that first half, you hang 35 on College Station and athletes on both sides of the ball, good-sized athletes on both sides of the ball, but you put 35 on them, hold them to 3 points, which with that offense is a little bit surprising that you're able to do that. What was the difference in the first half and the second half in what College Station was doing?
You know, I think a couple of things. One, they're good. They've got a good coaching staff. And so they went in and made some adjustments, saw what we were doing, what our game plan was, made some adjustments and came out and changed. And of course, we didn't make many because everything was working, like everything was clicking, you know. And then I was kind of disappointed at the end of the game at the way kind of the end of it went. We had some procedural errors and offensively and defensively. But when I went back and kind of thought about it, looked at, our kids, our starters have not played a second half of a football game in over a month.
Yeah.
So like that's a big part of it. Just not being in that position, having to do it when you're really tired. All those kind of things. So it changed a little bit. That'll cause some of those mental errors when you're tired like that. So I think it's important that we got that before we get into the playoffs and got to play in the second half, or we're going to have to do that the rest of the way anyway. So I thought it was good of our kids to finish up that way and kind of say, all right, look, we've got some things to work on still. But you're right, man. Really proud of our coaches and our kids and just the game plan they put together and what they did.
We saw in that first half, everything clicked. When you start that kind of a game off with a long touchdown pass on your first play, that feeds the defense for their next series.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like everything was feeding everything else in that first half, especially.
Yeah, but for sure it was. I mean, anytime you kind of get the momentum like that, and they just couldn't get it back, in the first half. They just couldn't ever get any momentum. And so it was good of our kids to be able to go out there and kind of own it and take control of it. And that's what we challenged them to do, and they did a great job with it.
And in that second half, you'd like for it to come out 70-6 and do the exact same thing that happens.
Yeah.
But anybody that thought College Station was going to lay down and quit was just sorely mistaken.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, great team. They're number 3 team in the state, and then they got a good coaching staff. So they obviously went in and made some good adjustments and came out and gave us a little trouble in the second half for sure.
And in the second half, with the previous 3 weeks, scoring 70, 59 against Eastview, and then coming out and having such success in the first half, there's some benefit to facing that adversity in the second half, is there not?
Sure. I mean, there's benefit to facing any adversity, so being able to face that and still get a win is good. And we're able to go back and coach some things, on that last drive about, okay, we're not going to be as aggressive because we want them to earn if they're going to score, right? You don't be so aggressive and give up a big play. But at the same time, we got to go back and look at some things and how do we operate in a 4-minute defense, or 2-minute defense, and how do we operate in a 4-minute offense? And those are some things that we got to spend some time on and think about this week.
So in the coming weeks, we've got Glenn this week, and then we've got Cedar Park, and then if we win this week against Glenn, that locks up playoff spot, correct?
We'll be locked in. It's kind of funny to be sitting here and we got 1 loss and we're not locked in, but the people we've got to compete against, they're the ones we still got to play. So if we get a win this week, we're locked in. We could finish high as 2. I mean, there's an outside chance that we could finish as high as 1, but that's a pretty far-fetched outside chance. But we could finish from 2 and really depending on all the way down to 4, but probably most likely sitting around 2 or 3 somewhere.
And you hope for that too, because 1 and 2 host a playoff game in the first round, correct?
Yeah, we do. There's some things to look at. We start looking at the next seed and where it might be better for us to be in the second round. And there's some debate in the office about whether second or third place is better when you get into that second round of the playoffs, where it goes in the tournament. But first and second, you get a home playoff game. So that's really big if we can get that for sure.
Well, we'll talk about tiebreakers and all that stuff next week after we take care of this week, because got a tough Glenn team.
Yeah, but really good Glenn team. They took College Station to overtime. And that's one thing. If you look at their scores, I mean, they win by 7 or lose by 7. That's kind of what they do offensively. They hold the ball. We probably averaged between 10 and 12 possessions a game for the last 5 weeks, and we'll have 6 or 8 this week. We're just not going to get to touch the ball much. So it'd be important when we do touch it that we got to go score. It'll be a different style game than what we've been playing, but I think we've got a good plan. Our kids have worked hard, handled the good cold weather again today pretty good. So we just got to get out and go do a great job on Thursday night.
So Friday night, fans watching the game are going to see an offense that's similar to what they saw with Liberty Hill, right?
Right. Yep. It's really similar. They do it from the gun, but
right.
A really similar style offense. Yeah, they're part of the slot team mafia for sure.
So I guess it's not going to be real hard to get these guys motivated to get ready for that offense based on what they saw with Liberty Hill and what Liberty Hill was able to do.
Yeah, for sure.
So when we travel to Glenn this week, keeping the guys focused is not going to be an issue. There's a lot at stake, and that stake is going to hold this week and next week regardless of the outcome this week.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, our kids are focused. And what I talked to them about this week is really our mindset's got to be that playoff football's already started. We got to win one to get in the playoffs. We know the rivalry between us and Cedar Park. And, so our mindset has got to be playoff football has already started. And we've got to be in that mindset ready to go.
As I went back and I watched the game, in the first half, I saw a team that could hang with anybody in this state at the 5A Division I level. In the second half, you see a team that still a good football team, but if they don't play their game like they want to and need to, capable of getting beat by any of the remaining teams. Yeah. So your message stays the same, right? Play to play.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. And that, if you look at the second half, those were the mistakes. Like when you get a holding call or you get an illegal procedure call, right? Or you're in the wrong coverage, or you busted your coverage assignment, or you miss a tackle. Like those are not taking care of this play, and that the message is the same. Because if you go back in that second half and you take care and you do what you're supposed to do in all those plays, then the game doesn't change, right? There was a change because we started failing to make some of those plays.
I think we saw that reaction on that last touchdown pass. Game's over, clock's done. They're not going to put any more points on the board after that touchdown, but still saw you guys coaching because of a coverage mistake, looked like.
Yeah, it was. It just something we talked about and didn't execute very well. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to coach our kids hard, and we can do that because we love them and we take care of them, but we're going to coach them hard and get after them. And here's the deal. You can't say it was anything to do with that last play because we let them score 4 other times, and we didn't score, as much as we needed to in the second half. So there was plenty of blame to go around, and we got to perform better on a more consistent basis.
We're looking forward to the game this week against the Grizzlies and wish you guys the best of luck this week. Who are your players of the game from the College Station game?
It was Brandon Stovall up front, did a great job. Man, they really struggled blocking Brandon, had several quarterback hits, a couple of sacks, and did well. Our linebacker.
Did Brandon eat some raw meat and chew nails before that game? Because he just seemed to have a little extra fire in it.
He did. He was fired up and did a good job. So, Jacob Faltasek was our linebacker, had 17 tackles on the night.
Wow.
That's really impressive. And then in the back end, our 2 corners played really well, combined for, I think, about 8 or 9 tackles, and a couple pass breakups. Then our defensive player of the game was Ian Lewis, who also had, I think he had 11 tackles, but then also he had the interception, had a pass breakup, had a block kick. He did some really good stuff. Offensively, Broden just kind of toted the offensive line, did exactly what he's supposed to do. Noah was our back of the week, and Drayden, of course, was our receiver of the week with 11 catches, 185 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then Petter was our offensive player of the game. He had 28 carries for 180-something yards, 2 touchdowns, and also a 56-yard touchdown or 56-yard reception. So he had a really good game as well.
Well, you're an offensive coach from your background. Having those weapons on your offense just has to warm the heart.
Yeah, it does. It's good. It is a good thing to have and be able to spread the ball around for sure.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time. Good luck this week against Glenn, and we are really looking forward to this game.
Hey, thanks, Kelly. Appreciate you, man.
Folks, that's head coach Chuck Griffin. Countdown to kickoff continues right after this.
Wonga Boom brings us back here live at AC Bible Junior Memorial Stadium on the campus of Leander High School in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMTs, JMTs.com. Proud sponsors of the Jason Chance Tompkins Memorial Broadcast booth this season, and SHN's presentation of Georgetown Eagle football. But a ton of great sponsors. I tell you what, Kelly, this town and the willingness to support and sponsor these athletes and student athletes, we couldn't say thank you enough. And so please, when you get the opportunity, go by and utilize these sponsors, utilize their goods and services. But we appreciate each and every one of them. The Georgetown Eagles come in tonight wearing the black pants, the white jersey, silver jerseys with the silver helmets. A different look. It's almost like the Raiders with some blue numbers, and then the Grizzlies in white pants, dark navy blue jerseys, and a new helmet they've been talking about on Flex ATX.
Yeah.
Snoop was talking about the script lettering with Grizzlies or Glenn on it, and so the Georgettes out on the field with the cheerleaders waiting with the sign and the inflatable. The Grizzlies here on the near side, their fans doing the same. About 11 minutes away from kickoff, and we can go to the starting lineups for the Glen Grizzlies.
So starting tonight for the Grizzlies on offense, at strong tackles is Cameron Morrison, a senior. The strong guard is Dylan Ruff. The center is David Claridge. The quick guard is Tyler Malo. The quick tackle is Pablo Mendoza, and the halfback is DJ Duggar. The fullback is Mason Johnson. The tight end is Cohen Fisher. The tailback is Ethan Sledge. The wide receiver is Caleb Chandler, and the quarterback is Sky Mendez. And that's with the tailback, all the different backs you're going to see in this wing tee tonight. On defense, the two defensive ends are Jordan Thompson and Aaron Johnson. The nose guard is Kobe Childress. The linebackers are Jalen Hines and Martin Hester. The outside linebackers are Nehemiah Carter and Lathan Coffey. The cornerbacks are Dalton Bradley and Hadab Aaron. And the free safety is Devin Endell, with the strong safety being Cody Wright. On special teams, the kickoff specialist is Angel Rosas. The specialist kicking PATs and field goals is Armando Don Juan. And the punter is Holden Harris. And for your Eagles, we will start with the offense tonight for the Eagles. Starting at offensive tackle, the right tackle is number 78, Austin Nelson. Austin is a senior. The right guard is junior number 76, Jordan Errett. Number 65, Broden Elliott is the senior center. Number 72, Ian Sanders is the junior left guard. And the left tackle is senior Logan Gegelman. He's number 77. The tight end is junior Jacob Weisheimer. Number 6, Drayden Dickman, the senior receiver, is on one side of the field, and on the other side of the field is number 2, Marquise Dominguez. He's a junior. Number 11, Weston Bruce is a senior. He's a slot receiver, and the other slot receiver is number 26, Cody Holyback. He's a junior. Number 22, Andrew Petter is the outstanding running back, a junior running back for the Georgetown Eagles. And number 12, Noah Boris, who was the second-string quarterback but has done a tremendous job as he's come in, is the junior quarterback. On defense, number 35, Brendan Stovall is the senior defensive end. Number 5, Daniel Obina is the senior nose tackle. The defensive tackle on the opposite side is number 99, Michael Valenta. He's a junior. Number 39, Tyler Duncan is the senior bandit. The Mike linebacker is number 13, Landry Leggett. Landry's a junior. Number 8, Jacob Faltasek is the senior whip. The Razor linebacker is number 10, Ian Lewis. He's a senior. Number 9, Gabriel DeNova is the senior safety, and the other safety is 41, Thomas Scholes, also a senior. The cornerbacks are number 19, Colin Casey. He's a senior. And number 3, Leo Diaz, also a senior. On special teams for the Eagles tonight, the kicker, punter, all-around foot on the ball is number 30, Aaron Guzman. He's a junior. The PAT snapper is Michael Valenta. The holder for extra points and field goals, is Noah Boris, the quarterback. The long snapper on punts is number 41, Thomas Scholes. And the kick returner is number 6, Drayden Dickman. You'll probably see 22, Andrew Petter back there as well on kickoffs. That's the starting lineup for your Eagles tonight.
We'll take a quick timeout. Come back with more pregame information, facts, activity, everything else we could think about, and more Eagle football here on SHN.
The JCT broadcast booth is sponsored by JMT's in Round Rock. JMT's provides customized apparel and promotional items to small businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. Our services include screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Our game-changing direct-to-film printing allows JMT's to print full-color graphics on your garments. JMT's has the experience and confidence to take on any order. Visit our website at jmts.com or call us at 512-388-5555.
Back here in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMTs.com. Omar and Susie Tockett, proud owners of JMTs. Visit them online at jmts.com. Proud supporters of SHN and this broadcast booth. They are the other set of grandparents, along with our producer, Jerry Ann, and myself, of our grandson, Jason Chance Tockins, who was stillborn on July 18th. So we just love the fact of being able to honor him in memory of Jason and his parents, our daughter and son-in-law, and the Tonkins, proud supporters of that. And so just an extra special meaning to the broadcast booth this year is the Eagles playing an extra special year. I tell you what, Kelly, we talk about it, a lot of unknowns coming into the season, a lot of where are we going to be, what players will fill roles, and this team has just continued to do amazing things. And you talk about roles being played by certain players on the offensive side. What Noah Boris has done since coming in replacement of Tucker Griffin and his injury, the job Andrew Petter continues to do at the backfield for this Eagle team as a junior, and then those receivers, and I think a name you have to slide in there on the offensive side. You don't hear all the time, but you hear it. He's making the most of his opportunities. One is Jacob Weisheimer at tight end, and one being Weston Bruce at receiver. On the offensive side, just so many names that keep popping up, and Noah Boris doing a great job of distributing the ball to those players. But then you go to the defensive side. A player like Thomas Scholes stepping up. A player like Seth Warren, a sophomore linebacker who has worked his way into more and more opportunities on the field. A player like Brandon Stovall and Tyler Duncan stepping up on the ends this year.
And Ian Lewis.
The linebackers going crazy. Landry Leggett, Jacob Faltasek, Ian Lewis, all having great seasons. And then you lately names popping up. Colin Casey doing a great job in the defensive backfield. Leo Diaz, you just O.C. Presley. We talked about it last night with Brandon and talking about the big tackle he had that looked more like a body slam. Just playing with intensity, and this defense has done that, and they've stepped up in so many ways in the speed. You and I talked about that in the opening of the coaches show last night. The speed of this team, both offensively and defensively, is very deceiving.
It really is impressive. And 2 weeks ago, there were 24 different people that made tackles in that game. Last week fell off a little bit. There were only 16 different people that made tackles in that game last week.
And it made me to what Coach Griffin said. We played a full 4 quarters. So a lot of players didn't get in that usually saw some playing time in the last 3 weeks before that. Andrew Urban, you didn't hear as much in that as one of the big backups there on the offensive line. And different players that were getting more snaps in those that run of 3 big games where the Eagles had 2 games at 70 points and one at 59. And so
Ghost the Grizzlies.
Ghost the Grizzlies tonight's.
Kind of a spooky theme tonight, huh?
That's spooky theme right here before Halloween on Monday night. Your Eagles bust through the sign and take off from the south end zone up to the north end zone. Well, they will take a knee tonight. I just noticed it, gentlemen.
Where's the band?
No flags for the team running out tonight.
Huh.
Something different. And no band. I don't see the band here. Wow.
Interesting.
Different changes here on the road at Leander High School. AC Bible Junior Memorial Stadium. The Grizzlies warming up, getting ready to run out through their inflatable, the big G with the Grizzly paw around it. Georgetown Eagles, coached by Chuck Griffin. He's in his 4th year at Georgetown. His assistant coaches are aplenty, and I'm going to mess up names because I can't say them all. Ricky Beatty, the offensive coordinator, Tim Nickey, the defensive coordinator. Congratulations again to Coach Ricky Beatty and his wife on the birth of their first child a couple of weeks ago, as he is back with his team. He was that Friday night as well, but congratulations to them and the Beattys with their new addition. Gerald Flores, Nick Zajacek. I messed that one up, I'm sure. Michael Cockrell, Kyle Gandy, Colin Truelove, Robert Halm, David Durrell, Brad Bresnahan, Travis, I'm not even going to be able to say that one. Kinslow, thank you. I need to type that one out phonetically. And Preston Taylor. Athletic trainers, and boy, what a job they do at Georgetown High School, is Chad Hennessy and Vanessa Rodeau. And they're student trainers. Man, I tell you what a program. We got to witness a lot of that during baseball in the dedication of those kids and the athletic trainers, and what Chad Hennessy and Vanessa Rodeau do each and every week for these kids and these student athletes to keep them nice and healthy. The captains across the way for your Eagles tonight. It looks like we've got number 8. That'll be Jacob Falzasek. Number 10, Ian Lewis. That's a defensive, I tell you what, I just realized it. That's a defensive captain presentation tonight. Thomas Scholes, number 41, and number 39, the man with the locks, in Tyler Duncan.
There's a cow on the field.
There is a stuffed cow. So we have some costumes on there. Ghost of Grizzlies as well. We'll get ready for the national anthem. They're going to be, let's see, you have to find the flags tonight. It'll be up here on the top left side of the field, and we'll get ready for that. I will wait. We'll see if they're going to do the captains in the middle, or they're going to go to the national anthem here. We get ready to go. It's down under 2 minutes in the pregame time on the clock, and it looks like we'll go to the national anthem. We'll be back with the coin toss and tonight's kickoff. You're listening to Georgetown Eagle football on SHN Sports. Back here in the JCT Memorial broadcast booth, brought to you by JMTs, as the Grizzly captains head out now to the field. Number 3, Tyler Smallwood. Number 48, Max Romento. Number 14, that is Juan Calzada. And number 19, Adam Paredes. We'll go to the crowd mic. Hopefully we can hear the head referee as the two sets of captains shake hands on the field. And we'll try to pick up the referee's mic tonight, see how that works. Had some off experiences in the past few weeks. So we'll check it out here. down on the field. See if he'll turn his mic on or if he has a mic. He is not. Glenn has won the toss, and they will receive from the north end zone. And so your Georgetown Eagles will be kicking it off and going to defense, something that Coach Griffin's not a big fan of, but a good thing here. Let your defense maybe make a stand here early, get the ball back, knowing you've got it to start the second half. The middle 8, what Coach Griffin likes to concentrate on.
Yeah, and maybe that's why he sent out defensive captains, so to get them ready to defend the ball and see what Glenn can do tonight.
As the referees there in the middle of the field have their huddle and they break it. The Georgetown Eagles will kick from the right to the left. A special shout out to some special people here to us at HHN. The parents of Coach Griffin's wife, Melanie, is Paul Thomas and Mimi. They are listening from their home in Florida. And then to Peggy Joe, I learned last night. Peggy Joe Griffin, the mom of Coach Chuck Griffin, the grandmother of Tucker Griffin, listening in back from Florida.
We've called her some different things.
I did. I'm glad we stuck with hopefully getting it right in Peggy. But I was told last night they call her Peggy Joe.
All right.
And so I've been told that it is rumored they tease her about being Patsy every once in a while, thanks to my mess up last year. But a special shout out to them. We got to meet Peggy in the first couple weeks of the season. It was awesome to meet her. She got to come to a home game. And then that shout out to the Paul Thomas and his wife, Mimi, parents of Coach Griffin's wife, Melanie Griffin. The kickoff underway. Aaron Guzman will tee it up, kicks it off far side, fielded at the 9-yard line by the Grizzlies, up past the 15, cuts it back towards the middle to the 20, slips a tackle, spins off it, and the return is on the way. Here go the Grizzlies. They've tackled it past midfield, 35-30, being chased down. Will they catch him? And they do at the 10-yard line. A great hustle there. But an opportunity here early for the Glenn Grizzlies from the 7, 8, 9-yard line all the way down to the Georgetown 10.
That was a breakdown in the kick coverage, and you saw some guys out of their lane with a gigantic hole right in the middle of that kick return, so the defense is challenged right off the bat.
11:46 left here in the first quarter, and the Grizzlies have it. First and goal from the 9-yard line of Georgetown. Not the way you draw that one up.
Well, you saw a little bit of weakness here and there with our kick coverage against College Station, and so they might have seen that film. And
they'll come to the near side here. Here comes the runners around the outside up to the 5-yard line, dive to the end zone, and it's going to be a touchdown. Glenn, one and done. They put their first points on the board, and now this Georgetown Eagles team will have to respond after a big opening kickoff return and a one-play drive.
A little bit different style of it, but we scored on our first play last week against College Station, and now Glenn scores on their first play this week against us.
And no fault to the defense on that. That was a special teams touchdown right there.
So the extra point to be attempted by the Grizzlies now. They'll line it up. The hold is down. The kick is away. And it is good. Number 15 did the kicking duties there. That was Armando Don Juan, and he puts it through, and Glenn takes a quick 7-0 lead. Kelly backs against the wall to start it early, not what you maybe write up in the playbook in a dream beginning, but now this team has to respond.
I have always felt like you don't write too much into the first possession for either team, but last week we saw Georgetown just build on that long 81-yard touchdown pass to start the game last week and just kept that momentum going and opened up a big lead, had a big halftime lead. We'll see if the Eagles can shut it down here in this first quarter.
I couldn't even see they had 3 men running to the right side and got it to the outside, dove for the corner there, who got the touchdown for the Grizzlies. But they first put the first points on the board. They go one play, 9 yards, 8 seconds, and they lead at 7-0 here in quarter number 1. And now the kick return team for the Eagles will take the field. Drayton Dickman and Andrew Petter will drop back deep for your Eagles. Let's see here. Drayton Dickman will be on the near side. He'll drop back to about the 8-yard line, and Andrew Petter on the far side hash mark. Same line for him, about the 9-yard line for Andrew Petter. The Grizzlies get ready to kick it off. Armando Don Juan looks to the near side, and he'll approach the ball and put the ball into play. It's going to come near side. Drayton Dickman's going to field it, the 22-yard line, up past the 25-30. He finds a gap, 40, and he's gone, except there's a flag now. Two flags come in. And that'll come back on a hold on the Eagles. So a great return by Drayton Dickman erased here, as the hold will be from the spot of the foul, 10 yards. So the Eagles will start in their own territory. We'll see where they go with this one, how far back they go. And so the referee's mic not coming across in the crowd mic, so we'll keep that adjusted down. But the Eagles will be backed up to their own 35-yard line, and that's while they'll take over 1st and 10. 11:33 left here on the clock.
Very inauspicious start for the Eagles so far. In 3 plays, 3 mistakes for the Eagles. They better tighten it up.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Petter to the left of Boris in the shotgun, near side hash mark. Now Petter will flip to the right side. Late man comes on for the Grizzlies. Shotgun snap back to Boris. He'll pitch it over to Petter. Now an end around, and here comes Dickman. Boris doesn't get the block, but Dickman gets around him, and he'll get out of bounds past the 40. It'll be about a 6 or 7 yard gain up to the 42. So the reverse works for about 7, bring up a 2nd and 3.
Noah's going to catch a little flack for that lookout block, because that's a block where you just turn and tell Dickman to look out, and he whiffed on it. But a good gain for Drayton.
2 receivers right. Boris gets a shotgun snap, hands it off to Petter left side. He'll get back to the 40-yard line and stacked up, and it looks like the Grizzlies are going to stack the box early and not let Petter beat them. They're going to go to the passing game. Only 3 men back behind the line of scrimmage. So it looks like the Grizzlies early, Kelly, going to stuff the box, and now a 3rd and 4 for the Eagles.
Well, and we'll see what Coach Beatty does whenever they've got 7, 8 men in the box to stop that run, and I would too. So it's going to be interesting to see how Coach Beatty tries to offset that.
They give Petter to the 41, so only loss of 1. Brings up 3rd and 4 now for the Eagles from the 41. Boris has Petter to his left, 1 receiver left, 1 right. Near side hash mark, the man from the right side, Dickman in motion. Fake the handoff, give it to Petter to the right side. He gets hit in the backfield, gets forward for about 3 yards, up to about the 44-yard line, 43-yard line. So it's going to bring up an early 4th down for this Eagle offense.
I would imagine they're going to stay on the field. Big decision here already early in this ball game. If they are unable to convert on this 4th down, that's a big stop for Glenn. Momentum stays on the Glenn side of the field.
4th and 2 from the 43. Got to get to their own 45-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Boris in the backfield, far side hash mark. Now Weston Bruce in motion to the right side. Petter on the right side. Now they're going to approach the line. Boris is going to change the call. 2 men right, 1 left. 10 minutes left in the first quarter, 5 seconds on the down clock. Boris back up. Here comes the pooch punt. He's going to fire it away. No man deep. It'll land about the 28-yard line, go out of bounds. And so the Eagles punt it away. Not what you had written up after, and a weird look there. Maybe something different. Last week against College Station on play 1, you throw an 81-yard touchdown pass, and in the first drive here tonight, the Eagles run the ball 3 times for a gain of about 4 or 5 yards and then punt the ball away.
Yeah, and they've got a strong wind at their back, too. So I kind of anticipated they may try to take a shot, but I was wondering, you can't read the coach's minds in the play calling, but I'm wondering if Coach Beatty was thinking they watched the game film and saw that first play, they're going to be ready for it, so we're going to try something on the ground.
Here come the Grizzlies, 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Turn around, hand it off. There's a penalty. Near side, and the man tripped up in the backfield, gets up past the 30 to the 35-yard line. The run there by number 26.
I think it's going to be a motion penalty.
That'll be Ethan Sledge. I believe that's 26. Illegal shift on the Grizzlies. Is it 26 or 28? It's hard to see those bunched up numbers. It is number 28. So that run, they don't have a 28 on their lineup. So I don't know who that is for them. So we'll just call him number 28 with the run, but it's going to be negated there on a 5-yard illegal motion penalty.
Mason Johnson.
And where did you find that one? I just happened to miss him.
Bottom of the left column.
Mason Johnson, the senior running back. His gain was negated. So now to bring up 1st and 15 for the Grizzlies at their own 25-yard line. And here comes around the near side, and they've got a pack of blockers, and the runner gets up to the 35, a gain of 10 there.
Great job, number 41. He shed his blocker and still managed to bring down the running back.
And that one there was Sledge. He got the 10-yard gain. It brings up 2nd and 5 now for the Grizzlies.
That sure looks like what we saw with Liberty Hill. Lots of people pulling and blocking out on those sweeps around the ends. And that's what you've got to blow up. You've got to blow that up before it can get started to have any chance at all.
Grizzlies huddle up. They'll back up there at the 32-yard line. Center takes the approach. Here come the Grizzlies at a fast pace. Mendez up under center. He'll take the snap to hand it off to number 7 to the left side. He finds a gap, and he's hit, breaks the tackle, gets up past the 40, up to the 43-yard line, and up for a Grizzly first down. And the Eagles going to have to shore up that line approach there as that first run to the left there by number 7, DJ Duger, picks up the first down.
And he was really patient, waiting for his lineman to move people out of the way. He didn't try to get up there too fast and had a nice run. First down for the Grizzlies.
Sky Mendez brings the play in from the sideline. He is the quarterback for the Grizzlies. 1st and 10 with 8:20 left here in the first quarter. They're at their own 43-yard line. Quickly to the line. Mendez under center. He'll turn around, hand it off to the running back, up to the line. He gets hit there by Landry Leggett. He'll be brought down after a gain of 3. They'll give him the 46-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 7 now for the Grizzlies.
I'm having nightmares already just remembering back to that Liberty Hill game. This wing tee, slot tee, whatever tee they're running is just, you don't see it very often, so you can't spend a lot of time getting ready for it. And they struggled against Liberty Hill.
Here comes the Grizzlies now. 2nd and 7 from their own 46-yard line, 45. See where they marked it. They did mark it kind of midway there. Hand it off here on the near side. He's coming back towards the near sideline and blocked and stacked up. The defense responded well. A no gain as he got back to the 46-yard line. A great stop there by the defense. Brings up 3rd and 7 now for the Grizzlies.
Nice job of guys staying at home, not getting confused. Lots of motion in the backfield, but you wait and see who's got the ball when they come out of that pile of backs back there, and they did a good job of staying where they were supposed to stay to shut that down. Big 3rd down.
Set the edge.
Set the edge well there. Brandon Stovall here on the left side alongside Jug on Daniel Obina. And a great job of crashing there by number 16 for the Eagles. That is Greg, was it Lloyd? Make sure I get it right. Garrett Lloyd. Now Mendez hands it off to number 1 around the left side. He gets to the outside. The inside pursuit sucked in, and he got outside the numbers. And he'll pick up another Grizzly first down into Georgetown territory. The handoff to J.J. Wilkes. Another first down for the Grizzlies.
When you're playing against an offense like this, you have to take care of your job. You have to take care of your responsibility. And those guys on the end of the line want to collapse towards the middle, but if you're going to do that, you have to do that behind the line of scrimmage. And what's happening is the ends are collapsing on the defensive side of the line of scrimmage, leaving those edges wide open.
And you saw the pursuit down from the defensive backfield. That the quarterback came all the way in right to the defensive end, and number 1, J.J. Wilkes got to the outside. Pitch to the right side. Here he comes, cuts it back in the middle, drug down from behind. Good tackle there. Stops him at about the 41-yard line, but that's still a gain of about 6 yards. And I'll bring up a short 2nd and 4 now for the Grizzlies.
And if you watch these ends, they're rushing towards where the quarterback would be in the pocket, not up the field. And I wonder if that's just them being aggressive or if that's the game plan.
Number 47 comes out, Jude Greco. A lot of substitutions you'll see on the defense for the Eagles. 5 down linemen, 4 linebackers, 2 men in the defensive backfield. Not a lot of threat here. You may not see a pass tonight by the Grizzlies. Mendez up under, takes a snap, hands it off to number 7, hit the backfield, and what a tackle by the Eagle defense. Held on and took him down there. That's going to be Tyler Duncan on the tackle. What a job there on the right side of the defensive line for a big loss.
Tyler did a great job of shedding his blocker and getting into the backfield before the running back could get any steam going at all, and that's what they're going to have to do tonight to slow down this run game of the Grizzlies.
Big 3rd down.
Nice tackle for a loss there by Duncan. A loss of 1 brings up 3rd and 5 now. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. The Grizzlies in no hurry at all. They will go to the quarterback. Mendez comes to the sideline every time. Up under center. Handed off, number 7 to the left side. He's hit at the 40, stacked up. He tries to go forward, but he gets drugged back, and it'll be just short of a first down. They're going to give him forward momentum up to the 38-yard line.
Michael Valenta.
4 down territory, I guarantee that.
And the Grizzlies will go for it. It's going to be 4th and 1.
This is huge because you're already at a disadvantage because of their burning the clock. They scored right off the bat. You're in a jam already. You've got to stop them and score twice right now.
at halftime, we will have Dave define what the heck a Jim Jam is, because I don't know where that was or what. It may be a fire term. We'll find out at halftime.
This is candy with nougat.
4th and 1. Up under motion. They'll hand it on the end around. Here come to the near side. Cut up pass and taken down at the 36-yard line. It'll be enough for another Grizzly first down. 4-down territory, and they make the Eagles pay, and that wind the clock. 4.5 minutes left here in quarter number 1.
Man, you just got to do something to disrupt those edges and have containment out there on the edges, and we're not doing it.
1st and 10 at the 36 of Georgetown. Grizzlies stay in their huddle for an extended period of time.
They want to keep this ball out of Georgetown's hands.
Absolutely.
By the way, they stopped Georgetown in the first drive. The Eagles are going to have to put the points on the board every time they touch the ball. Coach Griffin talked about that. And now here come the Grizzlies. Mendez gets the snap, hands it off right up the middle. The running back goes forward for about 3 yards up to the 32. One's got it at the 33. One's got it at the 32. We'll see where they spot him. Be right in the middle of the 32 and 33-yard line. So a gain of 4 brings up 2nd and 6 now for the Grizzlies. This will be the 11th play of the drive. Started the drive going backwards 5 yards on the illegal shift, and then they've gone forward from that point on in this drive. Every play a running play as they break the huddle with 10 seconds on the down clock. Mendez under center. Man in motion, turn, handed off to number 7 across the left side. He splits 2 tackles and then is cut out. His legs cut out from under him. He gets up to the 27-yard line. It'll be just short of a first down. 3rd and 1.
In that game against Liberty Hill in the second half, Georgetown went back to a more conventional kind of defense that they were used to running. I wonder how long it'll take them to do that in this game.
So it brings up 3rd and 1 from the Georgetown 27.
6 on their D-line right now, Wally.
The Eagles have got him across the line. 2:45 left here in the quarter. 10 seconds left on the down clock as the center breaks the huddle. Grizzlies bolt towards the line. Mendez up under center. Snap is underway, and he pitches it. Coming to the near side. The chase is on, and Wilkes gets outside, drug out of bounds, but not before he picks up another Grizzly first down. Thomas Scholes chased him down, but another Grizzly first down inside the red zone at the 18-yard line of Georgetown.
It's frustrating just watching. Man.
So they will take their time here. And now you start to understand why a lot of the scores for the Grizzlies here on the season. 18-10, 27-24, 10-7, 27-14. They controlled this ball. We're down 2.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. And this is their first full drive. Mendez snap, gets it, hands it off. Right up the middle, number 7. He gets hit, spins off a tackle, and then gets smashed. But not before he picks up a good gain. Up inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5. Bring up 2nd and 5 for the Grizzlies.
When we get multiple guys to the football, we need to be trying to strip that football out.
Mm-hmm. We need every advantage we can get. Turnover battle, everything tonight.
DJ Duger doing the running there. Took it to the left side.
If our defense can't stop them, we need the turnovers. We need special teams help, everything.
And the Grizzlies take their time in the huddle. 1:50 on the clock as they approach the line. Under 10 seconds on the down clock. Mendez puts a man in motion, turns around, pitches it to him. He is up past the 15 to the 10-yard line. Falls forward. Ball is out, and Georgetown has it. We'll see if the officials agree. No signal yet. Number 28 took a hit.
I was sure to discuss the ball came out. I saw it come out.
Still no signal. And they're going to say it's Grizzly ball. Oh, my goodness. Coach Griffin may just lose it.
Wow.
At the 8-yard line now. Should be a first down. Nope, they're going to spot it just short of the 8. Number 28. Mason Johnson got up, walking gingerly there. He returns into the backfield. Mendez under center, turns around, hands it off to number 7, Duger. He cuts back at the 5 into the end zone. Touchdown for the Grizzlies. 8-yard touchdown run for the Grizzlies. That drive,
That ball came out.
15-play drive, and they take it all of 70 yards, and they took over 8 minutes off the clock. Don Juan set to attempt the extra point. In the middle of the field, the ball will be set down at the 10-yard line. The kick is up, and it's on its way. And it's good. A 14-0 lead for the Grizzlies with 1:12 left in the first quarter. Quick timeout. More Eagle football after this.
The first quarter of tonight's game is sponsored by Fine Line General Contractor. At Fine Line General Contractor, we are dedicated to meeting and exceeding our clients' expectations in Central Texas. Fine Line offers a wide variety of construction services, including budgeting, design assistance, scheduling, project management, and more. Fine Line General Contractor, committed to building excellence and relationships. Visit our website at finelinegc.com.
Back here in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, the Eagles get set to receive the kickoff. It'll be their second one of the game after the Grizzlies have put 2 quick touchdowns up here in the first quarter and lead it 14-0. 1 minute, 12 seconds left here in the ball game. Don Juan will kick it off, and it's going to be far side, and it'll be fielded at the 20-yard line. Coming up, 25-30, 35 as he flips forward. No penalty flags here. Weston Bruce with that return. And the Eagles will have it again in their own territory, about the 35-yard line. Crazy thing, watching that replay, Kelly, the Eagles, that ball was out. The Eagles should have had it. You got to do what you got to do now. The Eagles on offense for the second time. They went on a 3-and-out in series number 1.
You hate to say they already have to have points on this drive, but I think they have to have points on this drive.
Yeah.
3 receivers, bunch to the left, 1 right. Boris in the shotgun with Petter to his left. Far side hash marks, shotgun snap back, hand it to Petter, right up to the line. Hit and drug down after about a 3 or 4 yard gain. He'll be marked down at the 38-yard line. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and 7. Let's change things up and run it again at their 8-man box. And the Eagle offense has got to put points on the board.
Yeah.
The clock's ticking, too. That's going to become an issue at some.
1 receiver left, 2 right. Petter to the left of Boris in the backfield. Shotgun far side hash mark. Now he'll move to the right side of Boris. 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Back to Boris. He's going to drop back to pass. He's looking long, and he's going to throw it long. He's got Drayden Dickman inside position. The ball is up. Good defense there, and the ball goes incomplete. The Grizzly defender gets the arm up, knocks it down. Give credit to number 5 there, Dalton Bradley. And that'll bring up 3rd and 8 now, 3rd and 7 for the Eagles.
I think you're going to have to start throwing those short passes to loosen up this run offense, this run defense that Glenn is throwing at Georgetown. And they've got so many different options and weapons in that short passing game. The flat's going to be open since they've got so many guys out in the box.
Receiver right, 2 receivers left. Boris has Petter to his left side. Shotgun snap back. He's looking out into the flat. Can't get it out there. Now he gets to a crossing Weston Bruce. He spins out of a tackle up past the 45-yard line. That'll be enough for the first. Borrow for Morrow first down of the night. 19 seconds left here in the quarter.
Boy, that's a big first down right there. And Georgetown would be pretty well served, I think, if they went with some tempo.
And that's what they were doing. Remember, that after a while, they started doing those little passes out to Petter. And that was pretty successful because it's hard to bring down Petter.
They're not going to get a play off here with 19 seconds left in the quarter. They'll let it run, and we'll go to the end of quarter number 1. 14-0, the Eagles trail it to the Grizzlies of Glenn after 1 complete quarter. Fine Line General Contractor sponsors the first quarter of tonight's game. They do a great job of bringing you Eagle football here on SHN. At Fine Line GC, dedicated to meeting and exceeding our clients' expectations in Central Texas. Visit FineLineGC.com or call them at 512-590-8392. Quick timeout. More Eagle football after this.
Our first down sponsor this season is Borrow from Morrow. Borrow from Morrow. Our team is dedicated to providing the best mortgage experience possible. We do that by offering easy-to-use mortgage tools, including our handy mobile app, competitive rates, and assistance from an experienced loan officer. Our loan officers understand the local markets, have access to a wide variety of loan programs, and are ready to guide you through the process. Your family, your future, our focus.
Back here in the JCT Memorial broadcast booth, we start the second quarter. 1st and 10 for the Eagles at their own 46. 2 running backs in the backfield, offset on Boris. They'll hand it off on the near side, coming this way. Outside the 45-50, make a man miss. And Petter falls forward. Nope, that's Colby Hollubeck. He'll fall forward all the way into Grizzly territory at the 47-yard line. A nice gain there will bring up a 2nd and 4 for the Eagles. 2nd and 3.
You know all the Grizzly eyes are on number 22, so not a bad call there by having 26 run the football. Because I assure you, and we've seen it to this point, Glenn is selling their soul out to stop Petter.
4 receivers left, 1 right. Empty backfield for Boris. Near side hash mark, 11:20 left, second quarter. Boris, quick pass out to the left side, caught by Petter. Makes a man miss, up past the 45, 40, 35, and then taken out of bounds by the Grizzlies.
People want a flag.
I really like
there.
that play because, number one, Petter's hard to bring down, and number two, he got out of bounds. And we need to be careful with the clock. I know it's early, but it's already second quarter.
Big gain there, brings up the borrow for Morrow, first down. Boris to Petter at the 33-yard line of Glenn. 11:15 on the clock here in the second quarter. Petter offset to the left of Boris. 3 receivers left. Fake the handoff. Boris keeps it up the middle, up past the 30, and taken down there. That'll be a gain of 3. Bring up 2nd and 7 for the Eagles, but now flag in the backfield. So the clock stops there. See what gets called here. Some discussion in the middle of the field.
It's unusually quiet tonight because we're missing a band.
Yeah,
so it's a little different atmosphere tonight at the stadium.
The Glenn Grizzly band on the other side of the stadium, other side of the bleachers here. Personal foul, face mask on the Grizzlies.
That's
so a big 15-yard penalty for this Eagle offense, and that'll move them inside the Smoothie King red zone. Smoothie King at Wolf Ranch, blending goodness to fuel your greatness. It'll be a borrow from Morrow, first down at the 15-yard line for the Eagles. So on top of that run, then you get the 15-yard penalty. Boris has 2 receivers right. Make it in the tight end. Weisheimer to the right side. Boris fakes the handoff. He's going towards the middle of the field. The pass caught. Touchdown, nice Georgetown. Marquise Dominguez on the slant route, and he'll haul it in for the Eagle touchdown. The offense responds here in kind to start out quarter number 2.
I have no idea how he completed that pass because when it left his hands, I thought it was going to be knocked down or even intercepted, but it was on a dime.
That was huge.
The G-Town Lumber and Supply extra point attempt will be attempted by Aaron Guzman, the junior kicker. Boris set to hold at the 10, middle of the field. Snap comes back. The hold is down. The kick is away, and it is good. 14-7 your score. Glenn leads it over Georgetown. 10:45 left here in quarter number 2. Quick timeout. Back with more Eagle football after this.
Construction software options can be extreme and pricey. Introducing Works, a simple and affordable solution for small to medium-sized subcontractors. With features like estimates, progress billing, and change orders, you can easily track project changes in one seamless workflow, all while integrating with the accounting software you're already working in. Works was built by subcontractors for subcontractors. Finally, that tool that meets construction management and accounting needs without the overkill.
Back here in the JCT Memorial broadcast booth, 10:45 left in quarter number 2. The Georgetown Eagle Football Booster Club scoring drive summary. The Eagles go 65 yards in 7 plays, take 2 minutes, 23 seconds off the clock, capped off by a 15-yard touchdown pass from Noah Boris to Marquise Dominguez. Aaron Guzman getting ready to kick off the Syntex shirt and embroidery kickoff. North to south, the kick to the far side of the field. It'll be fielded at the 11-yard line by the Grizzlies. Up past the 15 to the 20, 25, and the pack moves forward to the 30, pushing forward. And they'll come to a stop about the 32-yard line. And that's where Glenn will take over, 1st and 10 for their 3rd possession.
Georgetown's going to have to make some adjustments in this half. You can't wait till halftime. You got to get a stop here on the Grizzlies offense. And those defensive ends need to be rushing up the field to blow up, because they're sending 3 and 4 blockers out on those sweeps around the end to block 1 or 2 guys that are left there, because the ends are rushing in towards where the quarterback position is, like it's a passing down.
So now the Eagle defense back to work on the field, down by 7, 14-7. 2 receivers come left. Mendez quickly under center. He'll turn around, and he's going to keep it to the left side. Up past, for a yard, maybe 2. And then he's driven back there. Brandon Stovall and Jacob Faltasek combined for a 2-yard stop. It's a 2-yard gain, brings up 2nd and 8.
Good job of the defense there, being able to stop that run. Little trickeration there, because it's the first time the quarterback has kept the ball. And they did a good job of keeping their eyes up, keeping their heads up, and watching where that ball was going and making a stop.
10:05 left here in the second quarter, brought to you by Works Construction Software. The Grizzlies do not break the huddle until about 10 seconds remaining on the down clock. They eat this clock up on every drive, so it's important you get them stopped and get the ball back. Mendez up under. He'll hand it off, coming to the near side, make a man miss, and now he's grabbed from behind and taken down there. Back before the 30, he'll be stopped at the 38-yard line. That right there will be a gain of about 4. See where they spot him. Almost to the 39-yard line.
Pretty generous spot. But anytime you see a ball carrier leave his feet in an awkward way like that, you kind of expect a flag to come in, but he grabbed his shoulder pad and spun him around. Sometimes a referee can get a little emotional about that and call a horse collar or something, but did not happen. But he grabbed that right shoulder pad and just spun him around.
3rd and 4. It's a long 3.5 as the Grizzlies approach the line. 9:10 left in the quarter. Mendez, he's going to pitch it over to Wilkes. He'll go to the right side. He's hit and stopped at the 40-yard line, and he's going nowhere else. See where they spot him. I tell you what, a lot of generous spots here early. They got him. He got stopped at the 40 and driven back to about the 36, and they spot him almost to the 41.
Daniel Obina did a good job of disrupting that, and he's the first one to get hands on the ball carrying, and help came, and they were able to stop him. So another big 4th down. I don't know how he got to the 41 or the 39. Yeah, 41. I didn't think he did.
So it's going to be a 4th and 1, about 1.5 yards. They've got it spotted between the 40 and 41-yard line. 8:25 left here in the second quarter. 10 seconds on the down clock, and here come the Grizzlies out of the huddle. Now Coach Krauskopf is going to take his first time out of the half at 8:20 left here in the second quarter. We'll take it with them. 4th and 2, 4th and 1.5. The Grizzlies going for it on 4th down. Back with more Eagle football after this on SHN.
The Smoothie King Red Zone is sponsored by Smoothie King of Georgetown. It's our commitment to blend a more nutritious smoothie from bottom of the cup up. It's your choice, same flavor, 0 compromises. Smoothie King at Wolf Ranch, blending goodness to fuel your greatness. Smoothie King is located at Wolf Ranch Town Center, 1003 West University, Suite 110 in Georgetown, Texas.
Back here in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMTs. We're in quarter number 2. Glenn leads it 14-7 over the Eagles. Here on Thursday Night Football, brought to you by SHN. 8 minutes, 20 seconds left in the quarter. Coach Griffin during that timeout talking to the head referee and another referee at the same time, voicing some concern there on the far sideline. The Grizzlies look to go for it here. 4th and about 1.5 from the 40.5-yard line. They've got to get to the 42. Up under center, Mendez, he'll turn around, hand it up, and about the 42, but the pile pushes forward, and it's going to be enough up to the 43, another Grizzly first down.
They got to anticipate that snap or something. They're very consistent in coming up 2 beats, ball gets snapped. I'm wondering if the quarterback's even calling a cadence or if it's just up there, count 2, snap the ball.
It gives you a lot of speculation into a lot of movement penalties could be called here because of the way the center fires off ahead of everybody before the ball is into Mendez's hands. It just looks different. But they come out in a hurry. 7:45 left on the clock. 1st and 10. They spot him all the way forward at the 44. So the Grizzlies back to the line. Mendez gets the snap. He'll turn around and keep it to the right side. No, he handed it off to the left side and taken down after a gain of about 3. I have yet to see the line judge walk out in a straight line at the mark he started at, and the mark he ends up to spot the ball. The near side one started at the 46-yard line, ends up at the 47 where it gets spotted. A 3-yard gain brings up 2nd and 7.
I want you to notice on this next snap what the ends are doing, because right there was, if he goes up the field, that play's blown up. But he's going in, and they're just pushing him, keep pushing him in towards the middle of the field, and the opening's there.
And hard to break that when you every week when the quarterback gets the ball looking to pass those ends crashing in. Turn around, headed off to the right side. He'll cut back in the inside. Did a good job there, and what a tackle by the Eagles there to stop the runner short of the 1st down. Thomas Scholes came in and laid the hit, but it's going to be spotted all the way up into Georgetown territory, about the 47-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 1 now for the Grizzlies.
I'd like to see some blitzes thrown in there. The line is trying to penetrate. Maybe plug some of those holes with some of the linebackers on these run blitzes and just get into the backfield before these plays can develop. They've got to do something to throw this off.
6 minutes, 15 seconds left here in the 2nd quarter. Grizzlies on their 3rd drive of the ball game. They open it up with a beautiful kickoff return of about 80, 90 yards.
They're not going to make it.
They go forward. And now a timeout by Coach Crosskoff. His 2nd of the half. That's saved from a delay of game penalty. 6:05 left here in the quarter, and we'll take a timeout with them. 6:05 left in the 1st half. 14-7. Glenn leads it. Back with more Eagle football in a moment.
Construction software options can be extreme and pricey. Introducing Works, a simple and affordable solution for small to medium-sized subcontractors. With features like estimates, progress billing, and change orders, you can easily track project changes in one seamless workflow, all while integrating with the accounting software you're already working in. Works was built by subcontractors for subcontractors. Finally, that tool that meets construction management and accounting needs without the overkill.
Back here live at AC Bible Junior Memorial Stadium on the campus of Leander High School. Glenn leads it 14-7 with 6:05 left here in the 2nd quarter. They come out of the timeout, 3rd and 1. Mendez puts a man in motion, turns around, hands it off to the near side. They come at the Eagles, find the hole, and number 7, Duger, takes off, and he's going to be chased down well into Eagle territory, about the 25-yard line. A big run there on 3rd and 1 brings up another 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies.
Having some success around those edges.
And a great cutback there. You got to give DJ Duggar credit. Hit to that edge and then cut it right back up the middle and shot that gap for a big gain. All the way up to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, 5:35 left, 2nd quarter. Grizzlies will break the huddle with 10 seconds remaining. Quickly to the line. Mendez under center. Takes a snap, hands it off right up to the right side. Finds a gap and gets hit. Dropped there about the 22-yard line. A gain of 3. That'll bring up 2nd and 7 for the Grizzlies.
It's counterintuitive, but the defense can't be aggressive like a pass rush.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to wait in that rush, get up the field, and wait, and not over pursue, which is kind of what's happening. They're pushing the middle of the line. Sometimes is pushing right past the running back or the ball carrier, and it's a tough offense to deal with when you're not used to it.
Pitch it off to the backside. What a tackle there!
Nice.
Oh man, what a play! Brandon Stovall or Tyler Duncan? I couldn't see which one it was. I think it was Brandon Stovall. Chased the running back down. They're going to spot him back to the line of scrimmage. He grabbed him about the 24. But they put him back to the 22-yard line, brings up a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. How do you get tackled behind the line of scrimmage and not lose any yardage?
I'm not sure. A lot of great spots coming on here early. And it's crazy because the far sides of the field are not in sync with each other. Now a man in motion, a lot of motion, handed off and blown up the backfield. He had him right there. Just what you're talking about, Kelly. Tyler Duncan shot the gap and ran into the ball carrier, but was shooting so fast he ran into him and ran past him.
And that's that circumstance where if you take just a beat longer, you can see what's developing back there, and there's so many people back there, you got to make sure who has the football so you can
4th
disrupt
and 3
it.
for the Grizzlies, and it looks like they're going to try the field goal as Armando Don Juan comes on to attempt it, the sophomore kicker. The ball will be spotted at the 25-yard line. It'll be a 35-yard field goal attempt for the Grizzlies here on 4th and 3.
We've blocked a few of these.
3:15 left in the second quarter. The snap is back. The kick is on the way. Don Juan puts it through, and the Grizzlies take a 10-point lead. 17-7. Glenn leads it with 3:09 left here in the first half. Quick timeout. More Eagle football after this.
Our first down sponsor this season is Borrow from Morrow. Borrow from Morrow, our team is dedicated to providing the best mortgage experience possible. We do that by offering easy-to-use mortgage tools, including our handy mobile app, competitive rates, and assistance from an experienced loan officer. Our loan officers understand the local markets, have access to a wide variety of loan programs, and are ready to guide you through the process. Your family, your future, our focus. For your mortgage needs, remember, Matt Morrow, Borrow from Morrow. For more information, visit borrowfrommorrow.com. NMLS 464148.
Back here in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMTs. The Grizzlies put the field goal on the board, and now they lead it by 10 here with 3:09 left in the first half. Works Construction Software brings you second quarter action of Georgetown Eagle football on SHN. Armando Don Juan gets ready to kick it off for the Grizzlies. He tees it up and approaches, and the kick is on the way. High kick, long here on the near side, and it's going to check up at the 1. Petter's got to grab it at the 3, up past the 10, the 15, finds a gap, gets a block, 20, spins off a tackle, 25, and turns a busted play into a bonus for the Eagles up to the 27, and what a lucky break by Andrew Petter. Any other time that ball bounces in the end zone, it's a touchback. It checked up at the 1.
We got away with 2 blocks in the back, huge blocks in the back.
Focus on the positive. A great return there.
I'm positive there were 2 blocks in the back.
So the Eagles have it 1st and 10 at their own 28 with 3:02 left here in quarter number 2.
Dave was pointing out on the break, if we can go down and score, we get the ball in the second half.
Credit to Holden on that one.
1st and 10 from the 28, far side hash mark. Boris hands it off to Petter, right up the middle, 30, 35, tripped up. And he falls forward to the 37-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 for the Eagles.
Plenty of time. Got all 3 timeouts left, so you can run your offense. The whole field's wide open. You don't have to worry about getting out of bounds.
2 minutes, 40 seconds left here in the second quarter. Eagles have it 2nd and 1 from the 37. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Petter offset to the left of Boris in the shotgun. Left side, far side hash mark. Boris gets the snap. He's looking to pass. He drops back. Looks long, and he's got to go long. Has a man wide open. Hits him at the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Marquise Dominguez. The Eagles answer with a touchdown of their own.
Oh, that's big, big. And now you get these points on the board. It's a 3-point game if we make this extra point. Defense just needs to hold for 2:17. But even though it's a rushing offense, they can score quickly because they've got some speed back there in the backfield.
The G-Town Lumber and Supply extra point attempt brought to you by Aaron Guzman as he marks his spot, backs off. Boris ready to hold it at the 10-yard line. Snap is back. The kick is away, and it's good. The Eagles cut the lead back to 3, 17-14 after the big touchdown strike to Marquise Dominguez. Quick timeout. Back with more Eagle football after this.
The Smoothie King Red Zone is sponsored by Smoothie King of Georgetown. It's our commitment to blend a more nutritious smoothie from bottom of the cup up. It's your choice, same flavor, zero compromises. Smoothie King at Wolf Ranch, blending goodness to fuel your greatness. Smoothie King is located at Wolf Ranch Town Center, 1003 West University, Suite 110 in Georgetown, Texas.
Back at the JCT Memorial broadcast booth after the Eagles strike on a 63-yard touchdown pass from Noah Boris to Marquise Dominguez. Cut the lead back to 3 for the Glen Grizzlies. 2:17 left in the first half. And the Syntex shirt and embroidery kickoff. Aaron Guzman tees it up, calls out the play, and gets ready. He'll approach the ball and kick it into action. Back deep for the Grizzlies. They'll field it near side at the 14-yard line. Up to the 20, running to their own man, kicking to the outside, and it'll get drugged down about the 25, 26-yard line. And that's where the Grizzlies will take over. 1st and 10. O.C. Presley on the tackle. And Grizzlies have 2 minutes and 11 seconds to work with here in the last part of the second quarter.
Am I the only one that it looked like he called a fair catch?
I saw that too.
He did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought he waved his hand.
The Eagles only took 45 seconds on that last drive, longer than one play of the Grizzlies' whole series.
Wow.
Broke huddle early.
And now they're out. 1st and 10. Handed off, going across to the far side. It's being strung out, and he finds a gap. Hits it. Thomas Scholes lays him out at about the 32-yard line. That'll draw a cheer.
They've only got one timeout, too.
But a timeout by Coach Griffin. He'll bring the defense over. A gain there from the 26-yard line up to about the 32. A gain of 6 brings up 2nd and 4 for the Grizzlies. We'll keep it here.
Folks, I apologize for my horrible camera work on the Marquise Dominguez touchdown. Apologize to Marquise and his family. Unfortunately, not going to be able to use that for recruiting video.
The instant this season is over, you're fired until next season.
Yeah.
I'm curious why Coach called that timeout right there. Is he wanting the ball back? Is he?
I think his confidence has to be in let this defense feel like you have faith in them, that they're going to get a stop. You're going to get the ball back and try to put some more points on the board before the end of the half, and then get the ball at the second half and try to do the same thing.
But when they gain 6 yards on 1st down.
That kind of puts a pinch in it. But
yeah.
But maybe you're trying to build that confidence in your players at the same time.
I'm not second-guessing the timeout. I'm just curious as to the thought process behind it.
So a 2nd and 4 from the 32. They got to get to the 36-yard line of their own 36 for a 1st down. 2:02 left here in the second quarter. Glenn leads it 17-14 as Mendez slowly pieces the huddle apart. 4 guys have broken the huddle. Half of them are still not in a huddle, but yet
how do we pass the ball, guys?
That is the effects of a beehive being broken up. Now Mendez back under center. Quick snap. He's going to fake it. Now it looks like he's passing. He's going to the left side, and he's going to be forced out of the pocket. He's going to run, and he gets a big hit, but he goes down. A nice hit there by Garrett Lloyd, but not before. Another 1st down for the Grizzlies. You had an opportunity for the sack, quickly back to the line. Then that's a man offsides. Thank you. The penalty called. Number 35 for the Grizzlies was way downfield. Caleb Chandler. He had a long route. Mendez didn't pay attention to that. They were trying to catch the defense off kilter, ready to get back quickly, and it ended up costing the Grizzlies.
Shouldn't that be a 10-second runoff after 2 minutes in a half?
At this point, I don't even know. Yep, they're going to run the clock anyway. Shouldn't run after a penalty, but they're going to run it anyway, so it's under 140. So after the 1st down, now it's going to be 1st and 15.
Man, let that clock run.
Mendez takes the snap, hands it off. Nope, it's a broken up play, and he's taken down for a loss. And now Coach Griffin will take his 2nd timeout as the runner was taken back. He was hit behind the line and taken down, and they spot him at the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure how this is happening. That ball was spotted at the 33, which is where he was. Oh, they did spot him from the 34 back to the 33. So now it makes it 2nd and 16 for the Grizzlies with 1:23 left on the clock.
That's why I wanted to call out those blocks in the back that they missed. I'm trying to have at least the appearance of not being a complete and total homer, but it's not working so well.
Their jerseys look like Auburn, don't they?
They do, a lot like Auburn. The same color scheme as the Auburn Tigers, that dark navy blue with the orange and the white.
That's why that number 7 looks like Cam Newton to me.
he is running. Turn the lights off. At this point, what do we do? It's every week we have glare. I don't know what to do.
Glare from the hallway.
I don't care. 2nd and 16 for the Grizzlies, back at the 33-yard line. Mendez up under center, man in motion. He'll turn. He keeps, hands it to the left side and taken down at the 35-yard line. Good job there by number 9, DeNova. And I can't see if it's 14 or 16, number 14 for the Eagles.
Looked as though
Mason Goggins.
Pre-snap motion on maybe their tight end on that left side. Did you see that?
And that's the thing we mentioned earlier. They come up under center. They can't have a snap count. They put a guy in motion, and all of a sudden Mendez is backing out. And it just seems like so much is going on at the snap of the ball. There's got to be illegal motion at some point. The first play of their second drive was called an illegal shift. But, yeah, it looks like that a lot of the times, Dave, and it's one of those things that you've got to have precision in that in an offense like this.
It almost looks like Canadian football with all the motion that's going on, and it confuses the eyes with everything that's happening.
So, Kelly, we do know that Coach Griffin has admitted to being an offensive mind, and he wants his offense back out on the field in short order here.
Well, it looks like we got something working on defense now because we've been able to stop this drive so far.
3rd and long.
3rd and 14 from the 35-yard line. They've got to get to the 49-yard line on the Grizzlies side of the 50 for a first down. So an opportunity here for this defense to get the ball back for the Eagles. 1:17 left here in the second quarter. Mendez puts a man in motion, turns around, hands it off to Duggar, and he'll spin out of a tackle up to the 40-yard line and be brought down. 1:10 left here in the half.
They will have to kick the ball or at least run another play. Be about 22, 23 seconds left on the clock.
And it's down to a 4th and 9. And Coach Krauskopf, you got to think, is going to let it go all the way down and call a timeout before he punts it away here for the Grizzlies.
30-second difference between the play clock and the game clock.
So a nice job by the Eagle defense.
And there's those in-game first half adjustments that I said they were going to have to make. Looks like Coach Nicky's made them. And
Kelly Domstress comes up with the call here in Leander. But you're right, and it's probably the first time all year that we've seen it that effective this early in the ball game. And Coach Krauskopf is going to take his last timeout of the half. We'll take it with him. One more timeout. We'll come back. 28 seconds on the clock. The Grizzlies on a 4th and 9. Back with more Eagle football after this.
The JCT broadcast booth is sponsored by JMT's in Round Rock. JMT's provides customized apparel and promotional items to small businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. Our services include screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Our game-changing direct-to-film printing allows JMT's to print full-color graphics on your garments. JMT's has the experience and confidence to take on any order. Visit our website at jmts.com or call us at 512-388-5555.
Back here at the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMT's. Drado drops back at the 25-yard line to receive the punt. The official, I agree with you, and they're not paying attention to him. He's trying to tell him, you had it right, Kelly, in our break.
There it is.
Now they got 30 seconds on the clock. When it was 30 seconds apart and they called a timeout, it had to be 30 seconds left on a play clock. And now the punt will be put into play by the Grizzlies. Punt is away. Drayden drifts over to the far side of the field at the 26, makes the catch, gets outside, and he'll be pushed out of bounds about the 28-yard line, where the Eagles will take over 1st and 10 with 22 seconds remaining in the half. A great job by the defense to get the punt forced on the Grizzlies, but now the offense had to work some magic here. They're going to mark him. Where are they marking him out? At the 33-yard line. So we'll take it. 1st and 10 at the 33.
See if we can get a little Noah Boris magic.
Into the wind, 6 mile an hour.
3 receivers will come to the right, 1 to the left. No timeout, so everything's got to be. And now look, only 4 down linemen for the Grizzlies. A lot of defensive backs back there waiting for the pass. Now Petter will come out to the far side. Petter's going to get the swing pass. He's going to try to get out of bounds and does, but it's a loss of about 3 yards. Well, it's funny. He fell out of bounds at the 30, but the ball was stretched forward past the 31. They spot him back at the 30. It'll be a loss of 3, and they'll bring up 2nd and 13 for the Eagles.
May try to take one more shot. It's a good job of the defensive back coming up making that stop. Not a lot of people get to stop Andrew Petter for a loss, and great tackle out there one-on-one.
2 receivers right, 2 left for the Eagles. Near side hash mark. Petter will be offset to the left of Boris in the backfield. 16 seconds on the clock. Boris gets the snap. He'll hand it off to Petter. Nope, Boris keeps it. He slides forward up to the 33-yard line. That's going to kill the clock to 10 seconds, and the Eagles are going to take this and take it to the half. We go to the first half, the end of the first half, 17-14. Glenn leads it over Georgetown. Next up will be the Pro Glass halftime show, but we'll just have a lot of, we'll see what we're going to do. The band's not here to perform. Maybe the Glenn Grizzly band will take the field
Glenn's band
and
is.
perform their halftime show. But the Pro Glass halftime will come your way. 17-14, Glenn leads it over Georgetown. Back with more Eagle football after this break.
Our halftime shows this season are presented by Pro Glass of Georgetown. If your car, RV, or heavy equipment needs glass to be replaced, Pro Glass can get the job done in no time. Our local, family-owned business stands behind its work with a limited lifetime warranty for as long as you own the car. We are the Central Texas choice for RV, heavy equipment, and auto glass since 1998. Windshield chip repairs in under 30 minutes, no appointment necessary. Visit our website at www.proglasstx.com or call 512-930-1365.
into a spectrum. A spectrum is formed as light passes through a prism. Or a range of related qualities falling across a large distance.
We welcome you back to the Pro Glass Halftime Show here in the JCT Memorial Broadcast Booth, brought to you by JMTs. Next to me is Holden Tuma with our stats for the first half. Holden, what do the stats look like for these two offenses especially?
We got a 17-14 ball game at halftime, and Glenn jumps out to that lead. Georgetown cuts it back. What's interesting is Georgetown has run 13 plays offensively, and they have 14 points. Compared to Glenn, they have 31 plays run. A lot of short, because they run that Liberty Hill style offense, a lot of run plays. But the difference between them and Liberty Hill broke off a lot of big runs against us. Glenn, not so much. Their longest carry of that first half was 22 yards. So we're doing a decent job making the tackle. We just need to do a better job of getting them in the backfield. But for this Georgetown offense, Noah Boris is 5 for 6, 97 yards and 2 touchdowns, including the deep bomb to Dominguez to really break things open. And Andrew Petter has only got 4 carries in that first half for 13 yards. So not a lot of utilization. Granted, he has a couple catches in the passing game, a couple swing passes, including the one that got tackled for the loss at the end of the half. But Glenn came out with the focus to stuff the run, put 8 guys in the box, and make them beat him with the pass, which was interesting to me because Georgetown has proven over time and time again that they can beat you with the pass. Granted, Andrew Petter is our best player. He is the focal point of this offense. So it's an understandable method to employ to try to take that away. But Dominguez having a career night, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, 78 yards, big-time play over the middle, and the absolute dime from Noah Boris in the back of the end zone for his first touchdown of the night. An interesting other statistic is Drayden Dickman has no catches in this first half. So the focal point of this offense in the second half should be getting the ball to the playmakers, giving Petter more carries, giving Drado more looks. He has like a one little, jet sweep that went for 7 yards. But other than that, he hasn't touched the ball.
Well, we saw earlier in the season in the Leander game, whenever Leander was focusing on stopping Dickman and stopping Petter, we had that's when we really started calling the names of some people that when Noah started moving the ball around, and we're seeing that same thing tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We had, I think on our early drive, we hit Weston Bruce for a clutch first down whenever we needed the momentum to keep the drive going. Him and Petter and Dominguez have the only catches for this Georgetown offense in the first half. So coming out in the second half, they need to try to spread the ball out to their best players, let them make plays. They tried the deep shot early to Dickman. It got broken up. Great play defensively. I think they need to keep going after that because we've already seen that deep post that was ran by Dickman. Dominguez broke it open on the same exact route. So it can get open. That's what they need to be trying to do offensively.
Just about 2 minutes left before we get to the kickoff in the third quarter. Georgetown will receive the ball. We're going to take one more quick break, and then we will be back for the second half kickoff right after this. This is the Pro Glass Halftime Show live here on SHN Sports.
The JCT broadcast booth is sponsored by JMTs in Round Rock. JMTs provides customized apparel and promotional items to small businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. Our services include screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Our game-changing direct-to-film printing allows JMTs to print full-color graphics on your garments. JMTs has the experience and confidence to take on any order. Visit our website at jmts.com or call us at 512-388-5555. Our halftime shows this season are presented by Pro Glass of Georgetown. If your car, RV, or heavy equipment needs glass to be replaced, Pro Glass can get the job done in no time. Our local family-owned business stands behind its work with a limited lifetime warranty for as long as you own the car. We are the Central Texas choice for RV, heavy equipment, and auto glass since 1998. Windshield chip repairs in under 30 minutes, no appointment necessary. Visit our website at www.proglasstx.com or call 512-930-1365.
Back here in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMTs. The Grizzlies make their way onto the field here for the start of the second half. Kelly, you look at it, and a lot of things that kind of stick out here that will kind of makes your head spin. The last drive for the Grizzlies, we forced the punt there, only a minute and 50 seconds. But on their second touchdown drive, 8 minutes, 39 seconds. On the field goal drive, 7 minutes, 28 seconds. This offense for Georgetown did not have a lot of time to operate. And so they've got to make the most. Coach Griffin talked about this last night on the coaches show. They've got to make the most of every opportunity when the offense has the ball.
And we were talking about it whenever we were on our break while the band was performing. It's not that they're keeping the ball for a long time on the clock, but it's not a pace that gets this defense tired. So Georgetown coming out in this second half, it's going to be important to put points on the board every time you got your hands on the ball. Take the lead here, get one more stop on this Glenn team, and then keep scoring some points, and you can come out of here with a victory.
Armando Don Juan set to kick it off for the Grizzlies. They'll be kicking north to south, left to right across your mind's eye view of the field. The Eagles back, Petter on the far side, Dickman on the near side, both stand about the 9-10 yard line. And a little delay as Don Juan took off approach to kick the ball, and the referee on the far sideline blew it dead. Oh, they didn't have the inflatable off the field down on the Grizzlies side, so they had to get them out of the far end zone. Now Armando Don Juan, the kicker, approaches and puts the ball into play for the Grizzlies. High pooch kick, left side. It'll be fielded by the upback, Weston Bruce at the 21. Up past the 25. He's hit there and drugged down at the 30-yard line, and that's where Georgetown will start. First possession here of the second half. 1st and 10 at their own 30, and time for this Eagle offense to go to work.
Wind at your back.
I would like to see some tempo. Georgetown just operates so well when they're running tempo on that offense, and it keeps the defense on their heels, especially whenever you're having success with some of those shorter passes and some of the runs. We'll see what the game plan is in the second half.
Two receivers right, two left. Petter on the left side of Boris in the shotgun formation. Far side of the field, far side hash mark now. Weston Bruce in motion to the left side. Fake the handoff, quick pass out to Bruce, left side. He's hit, breaks the tackle, 35-40. Gets a block up past the 45-yard line. Nice play there by Weston Bruce. Taken down by Lathan Coffey, but not before another borrow from Morrow first down for the Eagles.
He caught that ball 4 to 5 yards down the field. Even if he gets tackled right there, it's a positive gain. Those little short passes do so much to loosen up that defense and loosen up that running game, too.
Gain of 17 yards on first down. Brings up a 1st and 10 at the 47. Three receivers right, two left. Empty backfield. Boris, quick swing pass out to the right side into the hands of Petter. Out past midfield to the 45 and pushed out of bounds. We'll see where they spot him. He'll be right there at the 45-yard line in Grizzly territory. It'll bring up a short 2nd and 2 for the Eagles.
I would guess you might see number 22 get the football right here with 2 yards left to gain. Just a guess.
Two quick passes for the Eagles. Trying to spread things out for this Grizzly defense. Now you got one receiver right, one left. The tight end Weishammer off the left end of the line. Boris in the shotgun on the far side hash mark. He'll hand it off to Petter. Nope, Boris kept it, and he was chopped down as the right side tight end, number 81, Jake Mylock, got pushed back into the backfield, and Boris got taken down as he was going to do the quarterback keeper there on the run, the RPO, and he took it for a loss of 2, and now it'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Eagles.
He actually tripped over the leg of one of his own players, and that's what brought him down.
Now several penalties called here. Our flags thrown.
Should be encroachment. If it's not, Coach Griffin's going to have a stroke.
It's going to be offsides on the defense, and that's big because that'll give the Eagles a borrow from Morrow first down on a big 3rd down play. So this offense keeps things moving here in the first possession of the second half. 10:56 left in the 3rd quarter.
A little bit of hard count. It's nice. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm coughing all night long, so I'm trying to keep my mic out of my face.
2 receivers right, 2 left. Petter beside Boris in the backfield. Now goes in motion to the left. Empty backfield. Boris gets the snap back. He's looking left. He's looking long, and he's going to hang it up. And he's got Petter wide open. Caught at the 10. Touchdown, Eagles. Andrew Petter on the fade route on the, what do you call that, the wheel route. And, man, he had his man beat by 2 yards, and he hauls it in for a touchdown. He beat Travion Mack, the junior linebacker, into the end zone. And the Eagles strike first here in quarter number 3.
A beautifully accurate pass from Noah Boris.
To a running back.
How many times have we seen it since he took over for Tucker? Just right where the ball's supposed to be.
G-Town Lumber and Supply extra point attempt is up, and it is good by Aaron Guzman. And the Eagles take the lead here early in the third quarter. 10:43 left in the quarter, 21-17. Georgetown, their first lead of the ball game. Quick timeout, back with more action. You're listening to SHN.
The third quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Nathaniel Funk, your Leander, Georgetown, Edward Jones financial advisor at 1640 Highland Falls Drive, Suite 801, Leander, Texas, 78641. Learn how he can help you with your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com/Nathaniel Funk for more.
Back here in the JCT Memorial broadcast booth, the Eagles go on a 4-play scoring drive. The Georgetown Eagle Football Booster Club scoring drive summary. 4 plays, 70 yards, 1:15 off the clock. Capped off on the 42-yard touchdown pass and catch from Noah Boris to Andrew Petter. When that ball was released by Boris, Petter was even with his man, Travion Mack. And by the time the ball got there and he made the catch right at the 10-yard line, he was a couple yards ahead. The speed of Petter, deceptive. The kickoff received at the goal line by the Grizzlies. He'll bring it out, and he's hit back before the 15. What a job there by the Eagle kickoff coverage. A big hit. Who made that big hit? Number 88?
No,
16.
16.
16, Garrett Lloyd. What a big hit. And the Grizzlies now start at their own 14-yard line.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Garrett Lloyd is one of those whose names we didn't call a whole lot at the beginning of the season, but he has really started to make a difference, not only on special teams but on the defense as well. He's done a great job this season.
10 minutes, 36 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. And the Eagles have taken their first lead of the ball game. Quickly to the line. Here come the Grizzlies. Hand it off right up the middle, past the 15 to about the 18-yard line. Make it the 19-yard line. A gain of 5 yards brings up a 2nd and 5.
It's where we see what kind of adjustments the coaching staff made, try to shut down some of this running play. We did see a pass or what was going to be an attempted pass. The receivers were covered up. So I think that's something to try to keep Georgetown honest with their defensive backs.
The Grizzlies back in the huddle with 20 seconds left on the down clock. The third quarter is brought to you by Nathaniel Funk, your Leander, Georgetown, Edward Jones financial advisor at 1640 Highland Falls Drive, Suite 801 in Leander, Texas, 78641. Quickly to the line, Mendez sends man in motion, turns around, hands it off to the left side, dances outside a tackle, then hit and dropped at the 21-yard line, a gain of 2. Nice job by the defense there. You're seeing a lot more patience at the line, Kelly.
Yeah, there was a bobble at the handoff, and he almost dropped that football but was able to get turned upfield. But by the time he was turned upfield, they had the Eagles had him contained.
You got to bring up memories of the Rouse baseball game. Bobbled. We listened to that during our pregame meal. Just the word bobbled on a broadcast makes me laugh.
More than Jim Jam?
Oh, the Jim Jam. We're still waiting for that. We didn't get the
Jim Jam.
We'll bring that to you next week against Cedar Park, the definition of a Jim Jam. 3rd and 3 for the Grizzlies. Back to the line. Mendez puts a man in motion, pitches it to him. He comes to the right side, and he gets it, take it down short of the first down. What a play by this Eagle defense. They have pinned these Grizzlies down at the 23-yard line, short of the first down. And Coach Krauskopf is going to bring on his punt team. Some changes made at halftime. The defense listened and responded, and now the Eagles are going to set to get this ball back.
Fill in the gaps.
That crowd is super
happy.
And
the linebackers were able to come in and blow that up, and the adjustments have worked.
Now watch for a true punt to occur. Drayden Dickman drops back to the 44-yard line in Eagle territory. He'll move towards the center of the field. The punter stands at the 10-yard line. He gets the snap, and he'll punt it away. It was almost blocked. A good punt there. Drayton fields it at the 43, makes a man miss, but taken down there at the 45. And the Eagles have great field position to start their second possession of the second half at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10.
That was an enormous stop for the defense. 3 plays and out. It's the first time they've stopped them tonight without them getting a first down. That's big. Put points on the board here and start pulling away from this Glenn team. They don't have the offense to make up a ton of points from a come-behind win, so this could be a crucial drive.
3 receivers left. Petter off the left side of Boris. Shotgun snap, far side hash mark. Snap back to Boris. He'll hand it off to Petter. He stops, cuts back, and falls forward for about a 2-yard gain. Bring up 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line.
The Grizzly defensive line has done a good job of penetrating into the backfield on those running plays. They haven't gotten a lot of pressure on Noah whenever he's back there passing, but they have really disrupted the run game of the Eagles tonight.
The 3 down linemen and the 4 linebackers doing a great job there. And now the 3 linebackers, they've split number 10 out in Lathan Coffey. He's a linebacker, but he's out towards the flats to help on coverage. 2 men right, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Petter in the backfield behind Boris in the far side hash mark. Now a man in motion over to the right end. Snap back. Handed off right up the middle. Petter makes a man miss. Breaks a tackle up past the 45-yard line into Grizzly territory down to the 40-yard line. A big run on 2nd down brings up another borrow for Morrow first down into Grizzly territory.
This is what you need. Sustained drive. If they go 3 and out, then you kind of give a little bit of that momentum back to Glenn. But you get a good sustained drive. Now you start taking some of the time off the clock and make it difficult on Glenn.
2 receivers left. Petter directly behind Boris. Shotgun snap. 7:05 left, 3rd quarter. And now,
just like Holden was talking about there at the break, giving the ball to our stars, distributing the ball a little bit.
false start on the offense, so that 1st and 10 now becomes 1st and 15 from the Grizzly 45-yard line.
Broden Elliott was not happy that one of his linemen moved, and he stood up off the ball when that whistle blew and probably said something Mom or Dad may not be happy with.
Don't mess up. Something nice and
something like that.
And loving. 2 receivers left, tight into the left side. Turn around now, a little motion and kick out to Petter in the backfield to the 45-yard line. His legs are chopped out from behind or from under him. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. So 2nd and 15 now for the Eagles.
He was ready to administer one of those patented stiff arms, but he saw another defender coming up, so he protected the ball instead.
You just feel like this defense for Glenn practices a lot with the run game, and they know how to stop the run. So let's don't run.
That's
2
some
receivers.
of the most brilliant football analysis I've ever heard.
I'm telling you what. There we go.
There's an offsides on the defense. It's got to be called. You cannot make the offense jump by your jump. So we'll hopefully get a defensive penalty here and get those 5 yards back as a pack of black and white striped shirts meet at the near side hash mark. And it is offsides on the defense. So that'll be walked off back to the 40, and that'll be 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. So they get the penalty yards back. And 2nd and 10, so a nice opportunity here at this offense to continue this drive and keep eating this clock.
So that's a change that we've seen, too, because there were a couple of times you expressed some frustration earlier in the season whenever the defense would come across, the line wouldn't move, they wouldn't snap the ball. In that circumstance, when the line moves after the defense comes across, then that call is going to be on the defense every time. So it's a good job of making that change by the offensive line.
2 receivers right, 2 left. Petter to the right of Boris. Shotgun snap. Boris looks quickly to the right, throws the pass. Dickman, his first catch up to the 30-yard line, and that'll be enough for a borrow from Morrow first down. Drayton Dickman's first catch of the night. Spread the ball around, get it to your stars. Petter with a touchdown on the big pass. Now Dickman in line for his first catch, and a big one to bring up another first down.
Nice job there of Noah getting the ball out there to Drayden, and Drayden did a great job of concentrating, watching that ball all the way in, making a good catch.
And absorbing a big hit right upon completion. And now 1 receiver left, 2 right. Petter back in the backfield directly behind Boris. Weisheimer moves to the right side of the line. Boris turns around, fakes the pitch to Petter. Now he's in the backfield. He's going to scramble. He's going to throw on the run. Heaves it up to the end zone and overthrows Weston Bruce as he slips down in the past the field of play. Nice gesture there by the Grizzly defender to help him help him up, and he slid kind of into that track area where it looks to be pretty slick. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You saw that back judge throw his hat on the ground. That means somebody went out of bounds. Probably the receiver went out of bounds, and that's an indication that if he touches the ball first when it comes back in, it's an illegal touch and a penalty against the offense.
This nice long drive is also helping the defense get some rest.
5.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Eagles have 3 receivers right. Petter to the left side of Boris. Far side hash mark. No receivers right side. Now Dickman in motion to the right side. He'll come back to the left side. Boris hands it off to Petter right up the middle. Drives forward at the 30 all the way to the 25. He hit the back of the offensive line at the line of scrimmage at the 30. Continues to drive forward. Gets 5 yards. Now it brings up a manageable 3rd and 5.
And a nice job of the offensive lineman coming up and giving him some help. I think it was Austin Nelson. Austin Nelson, the senior offensive tackle, came up and gave a push from behind, and that's what we like to see.
3rd and 5 from the 25 of Glenn. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Petter in the backfield. Handed off to Petter. 25, 20, breaks a tackle. Shakes a man, spins out of it, dives forward to the 15-yard line. And the Eagles have a borrow for Morrow first down inside the Smoothie King red zone.
There's the Andrew Petter we know and love. That's what gets the whole the Petterhead fan club all fired up.
In Petter we trust.
Yeah.
Makes us all want to say Jim Jam real quick.
Andy. Jim Jam, Andy.
Jim Jam, Andy. The Eagles have it 1st and 10 inside the Smoothie King red zone. Smoothie King of Wolf Ranch, blending goodness to fuel your greatness. A borrow from Morrow first down. 1st and 10 at the 15. 1 receiver right, 1 left. Petter lined up beside Boris in the backfield, moves to the left side. Nope, Colby Holubek in the backfield now. Boris will take the shotgun snap, fake the handoff, quick pass out to the right side. Catch made inside the 10-yard line, down to about the, see where they spot him, should be about the 8 when he fell forward. And it will be down to the 8-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
In that first half, the offense just did not look comfortable, did not look smooth. They weren't clicking. This is the Georgetown offense that we've grown accustomed to through the season.
They're going to spot it just inside the 9-yard line, so it'll be about 2nd and 3.5, 4 yards to go for the Eagles inside the 10. Petter in the backfield again, offset to the right of Boris. Dominguez to the right, Dickman left. Handed off, and it is going to be Holubek right to the left side. I believe it is, or is it Petter?
Yep, Holubek.
Wow, and that speed shows you right there what a run there by the running back,
Flag.
Colby Holubek.
Flag.
But a flag down on the ground, so that'll bring this touchdown back for the Eagles. So instead of 2nd and 4 and a touchdown, it's going to be backed up. We'll see what the penalty is. What did he sign?
Holding.
It's kind of crazy that the near side line judge could throw that flag 50 yards away on a good holding penalty there. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but of all the referees right around the line of scrimmage, one of the furthest ones away throws the penalty, and now it'll bracket up 2nd and 14 for the Eagles, back to the 19-yard line.
A little bit of a hold out there, but a little ticky-tacky, but can't say it wasn't a hold.
3 receivers left, 1 right for the Eagles. Petter back in the backfield, the right side of Boris, far side hash mark. Shotgun snap back to Boris. He's looking left. He's going to have to scramble to his left. He's going to throw it up to the end zone. And Marquise Dominguez makes the catch for touchdown. No flags on the ground.
What a night for that young man.
What a job. Marquise Dominguez, his 3rd touchdown of the night, and what a pass by Noah Boris. Kelly, he rolls out to the left to get away from some pressure and then throws a rocket to Marquise for the Eagle touchdown.
What shows you the maturity in Noah is whenever he leaves the pocket, he's not looking for a lane to run. He's still looking for his receivers, and they help him out by continuing that scramble drill to get open.
The G-Town Lumber and Supply extra point attempt is up. And it is good by Aaron Guzman, and the Eagles extend their lead. 28-17, 11-point lead for the Eagles with 3:29 left here in the third quarter.
And we took some time off the clock, too.
We'll take a quick timeout. Be back in just a minute. More Eagle football on SHN.
Extra points and field goals this season are brought to you by G-Town Lumber and Supply. G-Town Lumber and Supply, located at 9400 Brown Lane in Austin, Texas, serves general contractors, subcontractors, and the do-it-yourselfers. We specialize in dimensional lumber, decking, siding, doors and windows, hand-hewn timbers, KDAT lumber, and corbels. Visit us at 9400 Brown Lane in Austin, Texas, or visit our website at gtownlumberandsupply.com.
Back here in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMT's, the Georgetown Eagle Football Booster Club Drive Summary. 9 plays, 55 yards, 4 minutes and 52 seconds off the clock, unheard of for this Georgetown offense. Capped off by the 19-yard touchdown pass and catch from Noah Boris to Marquise Dominguez. The Syntex shirt and embroidery kickoff. Aaron Guzman back, and he approaches the ball to kick it away to the Grizzlies, and he will kind of a short pooch kick, fielded at about the 12-yard line, up to the 20 and hit there and take it down. Good coverage by the kickoff team for the Eagles. They'll stop him at the 21-yard line, and now a flag on the far side. We'll see what that penalty flag is.
Something on Georgetown.
Noah Boris so far on the night, gentlemen, 11 of 13 for 199 yards and 4 touchdown passes. A good night for the junior quarterback again tonight.
Kid's decent.
And leading this team back from being down early in this ballgame, 14-0, now up 11. Here comes the official, see what he calls. And it's a penalty on the Grizzlies. So instead of being 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line, it's going to back them up inside the red zone. They'll be down to.
Now do you pin your ears back?
Yep.
See what they do, see where they're going to spot him.
Well, and this is the problem with this kind of offense. Liberty Hill rarely has a possession that doesn't turn up with points or flip the field. And if Glenn gets too far behind, they're going to have a hard time catching up.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line for the Grizzlies. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the third quarter. Nathaniel Funk, your Leander Georgetown Edward Jones financial advisor, brings you SHN coverage of Georgetown football. Thanks to Nathaniel Funk, one of our guest broadcasters here this season, back on homecoming. Turn around, hand it off to the Grizzlies right side, up to the near 15-yard line, up past the 16. He'll be spotted there. It'll be a gain of 5, bring up 2nd and 5 for the Grizzlies.
So this is the Grizzlies' second possession in the second possession, is that right?
There we go.
Second possession in the second half. They've gone off tackle for most of these plays in these 2 possessions. I'm curious why they have stopped attacking the edges.
Leggett's down.
Landry Leggett down on the field for the Eagles. As Chad Hennessy, the athletic trainer, comes out to tend to him. Coach Griffin joins Coach Hennessy out on the field to check on Landry. Landry laying flat on his back. So let's take a quick timeout. We'll be coming back with more Eagle football on SHN.
The third quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Nathaniel Funk, your Leander Georgetown Edward Jones financial advisor at 1640 Highland Falls Drive, Suite 801, Leander, Texas 78641. Learn how he can help you with your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com/Nathaniel Funk for more.
Back here in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth as Landry Leggett walks off a little gingerly, but under his own power alongside Coach, the athletic trainer, Chad Hennessy. The Glen Grizzlies will have it 2nd and 5 from the 16-yard line. Now it makes you wonder, they're going to have a hard time coming back from, being down on this kind of offense where you don't pass the ball. But do they speed up their huddle? Do they take the time off the clock and just hope they score on every drive? What changes do you expect to see as they break the huddle here with 30 seconds on the down clock?
Yeah, I think they're going to start running the faster offense and not running that play clock down.
And there's the handoff to the left side and taken down up to about the 23, 24-yard line, a gain of 3. And that'll bring up 3rd and 2 now for the Grizzlies.
See, now they're attacking the middle, the off-tackle stuff, and they quit attacking the edges where they had so much success in the first half. That's curious to me.
I just don't understand their movement. It looks like offsides to me every time.
So it'll be 3rd and 2 from the 19-yard line for the Grizzlies. Be interesting to watch how they break the huddle here at 15 seconds now. And so they're cutting it a little bit shorter as Mendez approaches the line, calls it out, hands it off, come to the right side, up past the 20, 21, up to the 25-yard line, and that's enough for a Grizzly first down.
Now you see the defenders starting to try to strip the ball whenever they got multiple defenders in there. I'm not sure who it was, but somebody got a big hand on that football and was trying to strip it out.
1st and 10 here on the near side hash mark for the Grizzlies. 1 minute, 55 seconds left on the clock as it runs here in the third quarter. 28-17, the Eagles have put up 14 points to start things off here in the second half. The Grizzlies break the huddle. 10 seconds on the down clock. Quickly to the line. Play called out. Turn around. Hand it. Comes back to the right side. Hit and held onto, but falls forward for 4 yards. Good, tough running there by the Grizzlies. Number 7, that's Duggar. He did a great job. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, and a defensive lineman held on, but he just keeps powering forward. A good, strong run there by DJ Duggar.
He is a strong kid, man, and whenever he gets that body weight going forward, he's got such strong legs. He just drives and drives, and haven't seen him stop for many losses tonight.
2nd and 6 from the 29-yard line for the Grizzlies. 1:05 left here in the third quarter. They break the huddle with 14 seconds on the down clock. Quickly to the line. Turn around. Hand it off to the right side. Here comes the runner, Duggar again, and he's cut down at the 34-yard line. Mendez comes up gingerly there, holding his left knee. He'll kind of hobble off to the sideline. We'll see if he stays in the ball game.
That was a non-contact injury that he suffered, and he was looking to the sideline as soon as he went to the ground.
So up to the 34-yard line. The Grizzlies have it 3rd and 1. They've got to get to the 35 for the first down. Mason Goggins comes out. Jude Greco comes in. They beef up the line here with 6 down linemen on the defensive side of the ball. Quickly to the line. Mendez up under center. Turns around, hands it off. Duggar up past the 35 to the 40-yard line. A tough run on 3rd and 1 brings up a 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies.
They're having some success now on this second drive, but it's the second drive, and we're almost out of the third quarter.
5 seconds left. And there's no way they'll get a play called in that quick. And so at the end of the third quarter, you see the Grizzlies driving, but not a lot of time left for them to continue to run this clock the way they do and come back from an 11-point deficit. We'll take a timeout. The third quarter comes to an end. The Eagles lead it 28-14, 28-17 over the Glen Grizzlies. Quick timeout. More Eagle football on SHN.
The fourth quarter sponsor for this season is Minuteman Press Georgetown. Minuteman Press Georgetown is your one-stop print shop. From business cards to signage and now turnkey mailing solutions for flyers, postcards, bulk mailing, and more. Minuteman Press Georgetown can help bring exposure to your business. For more information, visit mmptx.com.
Back here in the JCT Memorial broadcast booth, brought to you by JMTs.com. We go to the Minuteman Press fourth quarter. Your Eagles lead it by 11, 28-17. Glenn has the ball 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. And we talked as we were going out, not a lot of time for them to continue to eat this clock down 11.
Ball maybe 2 more times. And if Georgetown can run the ball, may not get it 2 more.
Hand it off right side, drives forward. No, pitches it out. He kept it a different look there on the pitch play to Duggar. Up past midfield into Georgetown territory at the 45-yard line. A totally different looking play for the Grizzlies. And a big run brings up another first down.
Well, and that's those out on the edges where they've had most of their success tonight. So I'm not surprised to see him go back out there.
1st and 10 for the Grizzlies at the 45 of Georgetown.
Landry Leggett still on the trainer's table over there.
Break the huddle with 13 on the play clock. Back up to the line. Mendez puts a man in motion, hands it off left side, drives forward up to about the 41, make it the 40-yard line, a gain of 5, and brings up 2nd and 5.
Another circumstance where you see one of the defenders get a hand on him in the backfield, but he's pursuing so fast he overruns the tackle, not able to bring the ball carrier down for a loss, and you get a 5-yard gain.
It makes you wonder if at any point, I know you take chances, and at what point do you take a chance, but you set up your defense like you have some defensive backs, and then right as they come charging out of the line, they don't take enough time to even notice anything and send 11 men into the box.
Yeah.
Mendez takes the snap, hands it off to the right side, and no, he keeps it around the right side. What a keep there.
I think his legs are working okay now.
Mendez on the quarterback keeper takes it around the right side, and he gets it inside the 35 down to the 32-yard line. Another first down for the Grizzlies.
I wonder if there's any tape on some of their trick plays on special teams.
10 minutes, 50 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Grizzlies have it 1st and 10 at the 32 of Georgetown.
And they're down 11, so I would imagine if they can punch this into the end zone, they're going to go for 2.
They just break the huddle. 5 seconds left. Mendez quickly to the line. Gets up there, snaps it, hands it off. Come to the left side is Duggar. He's getting hit there and dropped about the 29-yard line. Good job by the defense there. They bottled him up and made him force him kind of back in towards the middle. And Jacob Faltasek there alongside DeNova for the tackle. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and 7 for the Grizzlies. But now looks like a player injured here, having to come off the field.
Yeah, you got the referee saying he got hit in the head, and the referee pulled him off and said he had to go to the sideline.
It's all about player safety, and you hope he's okay. But for a referee to notice that and make that immediate call, now you got to start that clock back up, though. You've given them enough time. He's off the field, well off the field, and now we'll crank the clock. 10-17 left here in the ball game as they start it back up. The Grizzlies have it 2nd and 7 from the 29 of Georgetown. They'll break the huddle with 15 on the down clock. Mendez under center, turn around, pitch it. Duggar to the left side. He's got a couple blockers, but he's hit. And what a great job there. Give a credit to Mason Goggins. Nope, that's Garrett Lloyd. He hit Duggar and held on and just was waiting for help to get him down to the ground. And then Duggar kept pulling him forward. He gets inside the 25 down to the 23, and that'll bring up 3rd and 1 for the Grizzlies.
And Duggar's a good-sized kid. You get him in the open field, that's not really something that you long for and hope for, to be out there man on him and have to make an open field tackle by yourself.
9:30 left in the fourth quarter. Turn around, hand it off, and hit in the backfield, but skips out of the tackle. And there's a penalty right there.
Another hold.
And that'll be on the Grizzlies as Faltasek was taken to the ground.
Yeah, 35 just tackled Faltasek.
Caleb Chandler, the wide receiver, didn't get many opportunities to catch a pass, so let's try our handed holding, and got whistled for it there. And that was big because that would have been another 1st down for the Grizzlies.
Tackle.
So now the officials discussing it here. You can hear the crowd for the
it may be
Georgetown students.
It may be a chop block.
It is.
There it is.
A personal foul on the Grizzlies. So instead of 3rd and 1, Kelly, now it's going to be 3rd and 16. Nice. And that's a big penalty after that run forward would have been enough for another Grizzly 1st down in the red zone. And now they're going to be backed up all the way back to about the 36-yard line, it looks like. So instead of 3rd and 1, make it 3rd and 16.
That's something the UIL was emphasizing, right? That they couldn't do that. They need to watch out for that.
And it should be back to the 38-yard line. But it's going to be 3rd and 16 from the 36, 3rd and 14 from the 36.
Yeah.
Now Coach Griffin's going to call a timeout.
Jacob Faltasek had his back to the 35, and I don't think it was intentional, but he was stumbling forward and hit Jacob right at the knees, both legs. Jacob's lucky he didn't get hurt.
So now the whistle is blown dead. The Eagles take their first time out. 9:12 left here in the fourth quarter, and we'll take it with them. Be back with more Eagle football in just a moment.
Kickoffs this season are sponsored by Syntex Shirt and Embroidery. At Syntex Shirt and Embroidery, we offer a variety of unique custom clothing and gifts, as well as personalized embroidery for gifts, schools, fundraisers, businesses, and more. Stop by our shop at 1911 North Austin Avenue, Suite 103, and check out our in-stock spirit apparel, or check out our website at www.syntexshirt.com. Syntex Shirt and Embroidery is the official outfitter of the SHN Sports Georgetown Eagles broadcast team.
Back here in the JCT Memorial broadcast booth, brought to you by JMT's. 3rd and 14 for the Grizzlies from the 36-yard line of Georgetown. After the chop block, be ready for a pass play here. Mendez under center. Man in motion. Mendez He'll keep it to the right side, and he'll be hit and taken down about the 30-yard line, make it to 29. Good job there by number 16, Garrett Lloyd again, and number 9, Gabriel DeNova.
Big fourth.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was in Lewis, not 16. He turned around, and you saw the full number. And so it was in Lewis that chased him down and made the tackle. 4th down and about 8, or let's call it 7 from the 29-yard line, and the Grizzlies are going to attempt a field goal.
Or fake.
That 15 minus 3-yard penalty was big.
And now here comes another player off the sideline, and Chandler to the right side to block here on the field goal attempt. The ball will be spotted at the 36-yard line, a 46-yard field goal attempt. Eagle defense ready, and now a last-minute whistle, and it's going to be Coach Krosskoff calling his first time out of the second half. 8:21 left here in the ball game. Eagles lead it by 11, 28-17. Quick timeout. Back with more Eagle football after this.
The fourth quarter sponsor for this season is Minuteman Press Georgetown. Minuteman Press Georgetown is your one-stop print shop. From business cards to signage and now turnkey mailing solutions for flyers, postcards, bulk mailing, and more. Minuteman Press Georgetown can help bring exposure to your business. For more information, visit mmptx.com.
Back here at AC Bible Junior Memorial Stadium on the campus of Leander High School in the JCT Memorial broadcast booth. The Grizzlies out of the timeout prepare for the field goal attempt by Armando Don Juan. The holder squats down now at about the 36-yard line. Snap is back. The place is down. The kick is on the way. And it is good. A 46-yard field goal by Don Juan. What a kick by the sophomore. And he makes it a one-score game. 28-20, Georgetown leads it by 8. Kelly, now the pressure on this Georgetown Eagle offense. A touchdown drive here makes it a two-score game again, but also the opportunity to take some time off this clock.
Well, even a field goal. If they go down and get 3 more points, then Glenn's going to have to score twice just to win this ball game. So a long, sustained drive really puts a dagger into Glenn. If the Eagles can put points on the board here, it's going to be really hard for Glenn to come back from that.
That 13-play drive results in a field goal for the Grizzlies.
I'd like to see, we're going into the win, I'd really like to see a touchdown versus a field goal attempt in this situation. I know our field goal, our kicker's on fire, but let's try and get this in the end zone since we're going into the win.
But there, you were talking about it, guys. You look at it. They took over 7 minutes off, almost 7 minutes, 6 minutes and 55 seconds off the clock to cut it to a one-score drive, but limiting themselves down to 8 minutes left in the ball game. And so the Eagle offense, an opportunity here to kind of put this one away if they can take it and drive it in for the touchdown. Don Juan on to kick it, and he'll kick it. A high kick near side. Petter will field it at about the 4-yard line. He'll get forward about the 10, 15, up about the 20, and drives forward. Carries a couple of tacklers to about the 23-yard line. And that's where the Eagles will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 23 with 8:10 left here in the ball game.
Well, and this is a situation now where Georgetown will use all of that play clock. They'll use as much of that game clock as they possibly can. They'll take their time and run and getting these plays off and see if they can milk this clock.
One receiver left, one receiver right for the Eagles. Petter in the backfield beside Noah Boris. He'll move to the left side, middle of the field. Boris in the shotgun snap formation. Snap back to Boris. He'll fake the handoff, kick it over right side. Dickman makes the catch about the 27, and he's taken down quickly there. They'll mark him backwards after he was hit at the 27, back to the 26. Kind of another horrible spot. Now inside the 26. That's horrible.
Wow.
That's a 3-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 7 for the Eagles.
What do you do? What do you do?
Boris looking over to the sideline to get the play. Kind of a semi-huddle for the Eagles on 2nd and 7 from their own 26-yard line. 2 receivers left, none right. Petter will move to the right side of Boris, near side hash mark. 7.5 minutes left in the ball game. Now Dickman in motion, and now a penalty flag comes in. Kevin De Camara Cairo pointing like it was on the Eagles, and it is. It's a false start. Now that'll back us up. That'll bring up now a 2nd and 12 for the Eagles from the 21-yard line.
You got to hold your water, boys.
Cannot let these penalties hurt us like this.
So an opportunity here for the Eagles now. 2nd and 12 from their own 21. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Morris in the shotgun, near side hash mark. Now he'll look to the sideline.
Timeout.
And Coach Griffin will call a timeout. I don't think they reset the down clock. There was no way that was 25 seconds from the time they set the ball to the Eagles were going to snap it. So Coach Griffin blows has to burn the timeout. He didn't blow it. He had to burn it to avoid another 5-yard penalty. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 12 with 7 minutes, 1 second left here in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter action brought to you by Minuteman Press Georgetown, your one-stop print shop. From business cards to signage and now turnkey mailing solutions for flyers, postcards, bulk mailing, and more. Minuteman Press Georgetown can help bring exposure to your business. For more information, visit mmptx.com. Tell you what, Minuteman Press of Georgetown, Smoothie King, Borrow from Morrow. A lot of these companies have just been true supporters in and year out. And then these new guys that have jumped on board and told us they have our backs to bring you Georgetown football, Georgetown sports here on SHN, Fine Line Construction, General Contracting, Works Construction Software. We just love all these sponsors of Georgetown football. Back at action, 2nd and 12 for the Eagles. Boris looks to the left side. He's got 2 receivers left, 2 right. Better offset in the back, filled with Boris to his right side. 10 seconds left on the down clock. 7:01 left in the quarter. Boris looks back, a delayed handoff to Petter, and he'll drive forward, but he'll get to about the 22-yard line, a gain of 1. That'll bring up 3rd now and 11 for the Eagles.
Interesting what the play call is going to be here. I bet it's going to be pretty conservative to keep that clock going.
So when are they supposed to reset the clock?
As soon as the ball is set.
So they started the clock running, the ball wasn't even set yet.
If they set it based on the whistle, it's a 40-second clock. Once the ball is set, if they haven't, they reset it at 25. So they're doing a mixed clock tonight that I've been watching a lot of as Glenn burns the clock. Now Boris in the backfield. 8 seconds left on the down clock. 1 receiver right, 1 left. Shotgun snap back to Boris. He's looking right, and he pump fakes, and now he's going to throw it up. Dickman wide open, but he's overthrown. Not enough air put under that one, and that's a big incompletion. That stops the clock at 6:12 left in the ball game. And the Eagles are going to be forced to punt it away.
Noah wanted a couple of extra ticks, but he was getting some pressure, and he got belted right when he released that football, and that was the reason for the pass being overthrown.
So 4th and 11, the Eagles going to be forced to punt. Back to the Grizzlies. They'll get the ball with 6 minutes and some change left here in the fourth quarter, down by 8. Guzman back at the 8-yard line. He'll get the snap there. He'll come forward, punts it away from the 10. Low line driver bounces at the 45 of Georgetown. Takes a Georgetown hop, but it's going to be down at the 48 of Georgetown. And the short punt is going to backfire here for the Eagles. Now a short field for Glenn, and only down 8 with 6 minutes and 3 seconds left.
That's a stop that Glenn needed. So now the Eagle defense needs to step up and get a stop and keep Glenn from pushing this ball into the end zone. If you can hold them to a field goal, that's a victory on this drive.
Net yards on that series for the Eagles, -1. So that penalty a big loss, and then no gain on or a 1-yard gain on the run on 2nd down, and then the incompletion, and it just kills momentum for this Georgetown Eagle offense. Glenn has it. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line of Georgetown. Handed off, hit immediately, tries to pull it out and does, and hit for a loss. You've got to back him up to the 50-yard line. Mendez caught it and tried to run with it and got hit at the 50, and they mark him at the 49. It's a loss of 1, but the poor spotting has been all night long by these officials.
Yeah, and Coach Griffin's talking to him about it because he pulled the ball away from the running back and then ran backwards and got pounded at the 50-yard line.
So they'll have it spotted at the 49 of Georgetown. It's going to be 2nd and 11 for the Grizzlies. Clock continues to run. 5:25 left here in the ball game. Grizzlies break the huddle with 13 on the down clock. Mendez under center. He'll hand it off and hit in the backfield. Daniel Obita put him on the ground. What a play by Jug. He comes through and makes a huge play for this Eagle defense. You can't help but mark that for a loss. Another 1 yard loss brings up 3rd and 12 for the Eagles.
Jug just ripped past the center and blew that up before a couple of steps happened. Great job by Daniel Obina there stopping that run. Big couple of downs here. You know they've got to go for it.
3rd and 12.
3rd and 12 from midfield. Coach Griffin working the sideline, coaching these players up. They break the huddle with 4:45 left on the clock. Mendez back. He's looking to pass. He's going to throw it up. And a man wide open. He's overthrown by 3 yards. It's incomplete, and Mendez took a shot. Brandon Stovall teed off on the quarterback, Mendez.
Here's your ball game.
And they're going to punt it away. Coach Krauskopf is going to punt this ball away with 4:40 left here in the ball game from midfield and try to pin these Eagles back and make something happen. They got another stop, an opportunity here to kind of keep this field flip for the Grizzlies.
I would not be.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're going to see any trickeration here, Wally.
Easy for you to say, Kelly. The punter on to take a shot here.
Yeah.
Goodness, sorry.
Snap is back, and it's blocked. Eagles blocked it. The ball falls forward to about the 49. The Eagles.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Michael Valenta went to jump on it, and he lost the ball. And the punter falls on it. The Grizzlies get the ball back at the same spot, the 48-yard line of Georgetown with 4:32 left in the ball game.
Oh, Michael.
So the punt was blocked.
That's why they yell Peter, Peter, Peter after that. Get away from the football.
Yeah, they yell Peter and we yell Jim Jam, but we still don't know what they both mean. But now a huddle of the officials.
Not much to discuss.
Coach Griffin, he's arguing that it's got to be Georgetown ball, and they're going to call the defense back over these huddles, this officials huddle. So it did cross the line of scrimmage is what they're saying. And so once it was touched, the Grizzlies can recover. So the ball goes over to Glenn. 1st and 10 at the 48 of Georgetown. So we reset this whole drive. After the punt was blocked, it'll be 1st and 10 back at the 48-yard line. That drive started with 6:03 on the clock. This one starts with 4:32 on the clock. Grizzlies still down 8. Mendez under center, turns around. And he hands it off to the right side, into the hands of Wilkes. He goes to the right side, and he's driven back. He's going to get the line of scrimmage as the forward momentum. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 48 of Georgetown.
Boy, this defense has done a really good job of stopping this Glenn offense compared to the first half.
2nd and 10 for the Grizzlies at the 48 of Georgetown. 4:05 left in the quarter. Here in the Minutemen Press fourth quarter. They'll take their time in the huddle, 20 seconds on the down clock. And they'll break the huddle with 17 seconds. To the line quickly. Mendez under center, man in motion. Run the offense, hand it off. Duggar cuts back, but he's chopped down at the 45, make it the 44-yard line.
16 on that tackle.
Garrett Lloyd on the tackle. And that'll bring up 3rd and about 6 for the Grizzlies.
Nice job of Garrett making that tackle, because if he doesn't, there's a lot of green in front of him.
You can hear that crowd making noise over there.
3:25 left as they break the huddle. Mendez under center. Turn around, pitch it to the left side. Duggar comes around the end. He's going to try to extend it to the outside, and he has a lane. Gets a block by Mendez, and then taken down inside the 30.
That was an illegal block out here on the edge because he cut the defender's legs.
They're not watching for that one there. They don't call it. It'll be down inside the 30 to the 27. 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. A big run there by DJ Duggar. Inside 3 minutes on the clock. The Grizzlies have sped up their huddle now. They'll break the huddle with 17 on the down clock. Mendez under center. Sends a man in motion. He'll turn around, hand it off right up the middle. And he kept it. Oh, what a good job there. He pulled it out inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 2 now for the Grizzlies.
That's a tough kid. He has gotten belted tonight, keeps getting up and getting back into the huddle. He's hurting. He's tough.
2.5 minutes left here in the ball game. 2nd and 2 for the Grizzlies at the 19 of Georgetown. Trailing by 8, 28-20. Georgetown has the 8-point lead. The defense, an opportunity here to make a big stand. 2nd and 2. Mendez hands it off. Hit in the backfield and drop. Michael Valenta, stand up. You cannot give him the 20-yard line. He was hit and taken down immediately at the 21.
But
Coach Griffin over there arguing, how do you spot the 20?
Valenta making up for that mistake on the special teams there. Let's hope it holds.
What a play by Michael Valenta. Coach Griffin just quickly in the ear of the line judge. How do you spot him at the 20, Kelly? He was hit at the 21 and dropped immediately.
Yep.
And they gave him the 20-yard line. Now a 3rd and 3. 1:40 left here in the ballgame. Mendez turns around, pitches it. Duggar left side. He finds a gap, follows the blockers inside the 15. First down, Grizzlies. And the clock runs.
The Grizzlies have had no success in the middle, and they keep trying it and keep trying it and keep trying it. And then when they hit the edges, they have some success. I do not understand for the life of me why they don't keep pounding those edges.
The clock continues to run. The Grizzlies with 2 timeouts. 1:20 left here in the clock as they break the huddle. 1st and 10 at the 14. Turn around, hand it off. Left side, Duggar stacked up, cuts back to the right, and then stacked up again, and now he's piled backwards. But they'll spot him up to the 12-yard line, and that'll be a 2nd timeout called by Coach Crosskoff. So that'll be a gain of about 2. That'll make it 2nd and 8 from the 12 after the timeout. We'll take it with them. 1:10 left here in the ballgame. Eagles lead it 28-20. More Eagle football after this.
Kickoffs this season are sponsored by Syntex Shirt and Embroidery. At Syntex Shirt and Embroidery, we offer a variety of unique custom clothing and gifts, as well as personalized embroidery for gifts, schools, fundraisers, businesses, and more. Stop by our shop at 1911 North Austin Avenue, Suite 103, and check out our in-stock spirit apparel, or check out our website at www.syntexshirt.com. Syntex Shirt and Embroidery is the official outfitter of the SHN Sports Georgetown Eagles broadcast team.
Back here in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMTs, JMTs.com. Omar and Susie Tompkins, proud owners and supporters of SHN Sports. 1:10 left here in the ball game. The Grizzlies have it 2nd and 8 from the 12 of Georgetown, trailing by 8, 28-20. This defense, an opportunity here to make a huge stand and keep the Grizzlies out of the end zone. 1 timeout remaining for both teams as the Grizzlies break the huddle. Mendez quickly to the line. He'll turn around. He fakes it, rolls out to the right. He's looking to pass, throws it in the end zone, but it's incomplete. Throws it about the 2-yard line. He threw it behind the receiver, number 1, J.J. Wilkes. That'll stop the clock and bring up a big 3rd and 8 for the Grizzlies.
Folks, remember, this is for Georgetown to be able to clinch a playoff spot.
Yeah.
1:05 left here in the ball game.
Shout out to the student section. They have moved. They moved from where they've been all night.
They moved from the south end of the stands on the far side down to the north end now. Making noise, making it tough on these Grizzlies. A big 3rd and 8 from the 12. Mendez breaks the huddle, back up to the line, turns around, pitches it to Duggar, left side, follows his blocker inside the 10, taken down about the 4-yard line. That's going to be right at the yard to gain, and they're going to give it to him. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Grizzlies. 59 seconds on the clock, set the clock, run it, and now it's running again. 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Clock is at 55. Quickly back under. Mendez hands it off. Tackle taken down about the 2-yard line. That'll bring, now they're going to move forward to the 1. So that'll bring up 2nd and goal for the Grizzlies at the 1-yard line. Quickly back to the line. Mendez hands it off right side. Stopped short on the far side, short of the goal line. And a timeout will be called. That'll be Coach Crosskoff's last timeout. It'll be 3rd and goal inside the 1-yard line with 30 seconds remaining.
Man, you got to
Don't go anywhere.
You got to send everybody after this football right now. Twice.
The Eagles still have 1 timeout remaining. It's 3rd and goal from inside the 1-yard line, spotted looks like about the 2-inch line by the far side line judge.
Doesn't get any closer than that.
I'm so nervous. Oh, so nervous.
Oh, man.
What a ball game.
What a game. They still got to go for 2 if they get it.
32 seconds remaining. They put 2 seconds back on the clock on the timeout as the whistle blew. So the Grizzlies break through the timeout. It'll be 3rd and goal from inside the 1. 28-20. Georgetown leads it by 8. 32 seconds left here in the 4th quarter.
Shoot the gaps.
11 on 11 right here at the line. The Grizzlies break the huddle. Quickly to line. Mendez under center. Turns. Keeps it up the middle. Into the end zone. But flags thrown.
Oh, that's going to be a huge penalty.
See what the flags are. Both from the back judges in the back of the end zone. Mendez comes up limping.
Illegal substitution defense?
How do you call legal substitution out of a timeout? There is no substituting out of a timeout. They come off the sideline. But they're going to call it a touchdown for the Grizzlies as the penalties decline.
We had 12 men on the field.
And now the Grizzlies will go for 2. .30 seconds left to go in the ball game.
Where do you put the ball for the 2-point conversion? And where is it?
It goes at the 3-yard line.
What's going on? Uh-oh. What's Judge going out for?
Conversation with the coaches. But we've got 30 seconds to work with.
And a timeout. 28-26. Georgetown leads it by 2.
Yeah.
So now the near side, the referee keeps coming over to talk to Coach Krosskoff. It's real simple. It's a 2-point conversion attempt. End of story.
I'm wondering if he has the option of taking the penalty now or on the kickoff.
Something about the game clock?
So we cannot hear the official. His mic is not attached to the system.
The quarterback's upset about something.
They still have yet to set the ball for the 2-point attempt.
They're upset about something. The quarterback is, I wonder what he's upset about.
28-26, Georgetown by 2. The Grizzlies. I wish we could hear the mic on the umpire. Not sure what's being called here. We can't make sense of it. Nothing has changed on the scoreboard.
I think he said timeout, something about a timeout.
Is he adding time to the clock?
The ball was 32 seconds out of that last timeout called by Coach Krosskoff of Glenn. So they can't put time back on it. But a lot of confusion here.
Oh, they're taking the touchdown off the board, guys.
They're calling the penalty on Glenn.
I have no idea what just happened.
They're not calling a penalty.
Did they say he didn't get in?
So it's third and goal for the Grizzlies. So they will be going for it. Again, 30 seconds on the clock. The touchdown is taken off the board. Mendez back under center, turns around, pitches it. Duggar, he'll go to the left side. Stop! Oh, my, the defense stops him at the 1. It should have been at the 2.
Get back, get back, get back.
But the Eagle defense has got to get onside. Glenn's got to line up quickly. They'll snap. Nope. Coach Griffin did it. He got the timeout. You can't throw that flag there. That was a continuation of a big play. They had a timeout called by Coach Griffin. It'll be our third timeout, but what a kind of crazy play.
I'm trying to catch all this drama as close as we can because we get
keep it out wide. I don't know.
So hard to hear everything.
Oh, my goodness.
So the way it looks here, now Georgetown in a bind. If Glenn does score, Georgetown's not going to have much time. They just burnt their last time out, but it saved them. This defense made a big stop, but they did not get back to their side of the ball. They went and celebrated, and Coach Griffin had to burn his final timeout.
At worst, we go to overtime.
13 seconds.
At worst. And Glenn took College Station to overtime.
2 overtimes.
2 overtimes.
So now we'll have it 4th and goal from the 1. 13 seconds left in the ball game. 28-20. Georgetown by 8. This is Glenn's last play to keep this game alive. A big stop here for the Eagles, and the ball game's over. They score the touchdown. They get a chance for the 2-point conversion to tie it up. Glenn breaks the huddle with 13 seconds left. Approach the line. Mendez puts a man in motion, hands it off, and piles forward. Stop! The Eagle defense made the stop at the 1-yard line. Ball game. Your Eagles make the stop. Woo! Oh, baby, what a play by this defense. 8 seconds left in the ball game, and they make the stop at the goal line.
I want to puke.
Here's the key play.
Oh, my God.
The Eagles have the ball 1st and 10 at their own half-yard line with 8 seconds remaining. They have got to get it out of their own end zone.
Yeah, they better hurry because they started the play clock. They've got 14, 13, 12 seconds.
It doesn't matter.
We don't have a timeout.
And it doesn't matter at this point. You take the penalty, tap the distance of goal, you're at your 3-inch line. No matter what, this defense made a huge stand. It's a change of possession. You can't set the clock and run it that quickly.
Right.
So this referee's going to have to restart the down clock. There he goes. They're going to reset it now. It's a change of possession, so they get time.
You can't do that.
So now here's a huge play with 8 seconds remaining. The Eagles have to get it out of their end zone. Dropping back.
Nobody back for the Grizzlies.
You going to punt it?
They're going to take a safety. Shotgun snap back. Going to run for his life. And tackled in the end zone. Nope, he's just going to run for his life. Pushed out of the back of the end zone for the safety with 2 seconds left. So 28-22. Now you have to hope.
Play.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, maybe not 28-22. A flag comes down on the near side. What a goal line stand by this Eagle defense on a 4th and goal from the 1. It's a holding called in the end zone. It's a safety. 2 seconds remaining, so Georgetown will have a free kick here to kick it out of bounds, or to kick it off to the Grizzlies. And the only opportunity they're going to have here is to field it and try to return it for the touchdown.
You punt this ball high and about 30 yards down the field.
Here, though, into the wind, you're going to have to squib kick this, won't you? You don't want them to be able to call a fair catch and get one play for a Hail Mary. Because you kick this punt in the wind from the 20-yard line and it goes 30 yards, all of a sudden they've got a shot from their 50.
Yeah, ideally you bounce this off of one of them and the clock starts.
So the Eagles lead it 28-22. 2 seconds remaining in the ball game as Drayden Dickman is pushed out of the back of the end zone, burn up 6 of the 8 seconds. The holding penalty called in the end zone. So no matter what, it doesn't negate anything. It's a safety. And now the whistles galore. They want the teams to hurry up all of a sudden. So now here come the Grizzlies kickoff return and the Eagles kickoff team. It looks like Guzman will tee this up from the 20. I guess this is a Syntex shirt and embroidery kickoff after your own safety. So with 2 seconds remaining, the Eagles will kick it off. And the kick coverage team with one job to do, and that's tackle the man with the ball. Do not let the Grizzlies score.
Ugh.
2 seconds remaining, 28-22. Georgetown leads it by 6. Guzman approaches. He'll put it into play.
He touched it.
Off a player, fielded at the 45, runs to the left. He's got to be tackled, and he is. Ball game. Your Eagles are victorious.
Going to the playoffs, baby.
28-22. Georgetown with a beautiful goal line stand.
Going to be some controversy around this one.
And I'm going to kill that crowd mic as the band is starting to play on the far side. I tell you guys, you just can't help but talk about this right here. I'm going to take that out. Sorry, that's in our ears. There we go. This ball game ends 28-22, but the way in which it ended,
not shaking hands.
The way in which it ended, gentlemen, it was a 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. The Grizzlies ran 5 plays from the goal line, from inside the 5-yard line, and this Eagle defense made a stand. All after a huge mess up. Michael Leander will tell you, I guarantee will tell you, it was a huge mess up. The ball was the punt was blocked. He touched it. The Grizzlies got it. They drive all the way down. And this Eagle defense made the stand of the season right here.
Wow, what a great ball game! Tip of the cap to the Glen Grizzlies. Man, they played their tails off tonight, and just a great Texas high school football game under the Thursday night lights.
Holy cow!
And I think that probably took a couple of years off my life.
Take your blood pressure medicine today. Good Lord!
I may not be here next week.
I really would love to call Coach Griffin, if he's got his cell phone on, and say, what happened? What was that last? I mean, how'd they take the points off the board? What happened?
Yeah, a lot of confusion there. But 7-2, the Eagles improve on the year, 5-1 in district play. Now tomorrow night becomes very important.
Yes.
The Glen Grizzlies, with 3 losses now in district, are on the verge of elimination. Now it depends on what Cedar Park does.
Yep.
But your Georgetown Eagles have guaranteed themselves a spot in the playoffs here in 2022. Tomorrow night, Cedar Park has a big game, and then also A&M Consolidated and College Station face off tomorrow night over in Bryan College Station. A&M Consolidated wins that game. It gives College Station their 2nd district loss. That gets the Eagles into a great 2nd position in the district standings. And so a lot of things is still to go to determine the seeding of these playoff teams, but Georgetown will be guaranteed to get one of those seeds.
Special teams was rough tonight, okay? Thank you to Marquise Dominguez, had a career night, and thank you to Coach Nicky and that defense. They came through big for us. We needed it, and they came through big.
Boy, that was a big stop down there. I thought they had scored the touchdown. And they the scorekeeper thought they had scored the touchdown. Glenn thought they had scored the touchdown. Like I said, there's going to be some controversy over this one, but for some reason the points came off the board, and it'll be interesting to talk to Coach Griffin and find out what happened.
Yeah.
28-22, your Georgetown Eagles are victorious here on the road in a hard-fought battle against a good Glen Grizzly team. Man, I tell you what, this new offense was installed last year. Coach Krosskoff came in late in the summer, installed this offense, and this team has done a great job of taking this slot T offense and making it tough to defend. And as they get more and more confident and more athletes in this and experience in it, they're going to be a team to reckon with.
They are. And gutsy football team right there. Gutsy football team. That quarterback played hard. He played injured. That kid's going to be sore tomorrow because the Georgetown defense brought some pretty good licks on him. But I'm impressed with this Glenn team, and we're not the only ones that are impressed with them. They impressed College Station a couple of weeks ago as well.
Yeah.
Remember one name, DJ Duggar. He's a sophomore.
Oh, good.
And that will be a name that you will hear the next 2 years as that young man continues to grow into his body and the power and the speed that he has already.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to watch. He is the next, to me, Andrew Petter type runner to watch over the next couple of years in the Central Texas area for running backs. What a job he did tonight. A tough win for this Eagle team on the road in a position where these players know if they get a win, they can clinch. Now you got to put that behind you and focus on the opportunity to end this season at
second place.
In second place, but to end the season 8-2 with a win over Cedar Park at home next Friday night. And that's one that all of these players know and think about.
Oh, yeah, they've been thinking about it. You heard Stovall talk about it, Brandon Stovall talk about it. This game next week against Cedar Park is a big deal.
Kelly, how big was it that defense came up right there? We're Thursday night. Guess what the team is doing tomorrow night? They're watching that Cedar Park ball game.
A lot of chance to watch it, to study them, how they play, and to get prepared for them an extra night off this weekend to enjoy and rest up and to come back on your last home game of the year against a good Cedar Park team. Not their best record, but still fighting for a playoff spot as well.
Yeah, and they're going to be fighting their tails off next week, too. If they win this week,
who does
next
Cedar Park
week's
play
huge.
Tomorrow?
I can't remember, to be honest with you.
We'll look
it up. Let's go to the we got to run one more commercial. The Fine Line General Contractor post-game wrap-up. We'll run their commercial, find that out, and bring it back to you. You're listening to Eagle Football on SHN.
The first quarter of tonight's game is sponsored by Fine Line General Contractor. At Fine Line General Contractor, we are dedicated to meeting and exceeding our clients' expectations in Central Texas. Fine Line offers a wide variety of construction services, including budgeting, design assistance, scheduling, project management, and more. Fine Line General Contractor, committed to building excellence and relationships. Visit our website at finelinegc.com or call us at 512-590-8392.
Back here in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMT's. Cedar Park takes on Leander tomorrow night on a Friday Night Football live from Gupton Stadium. Other games on the schedule will be none bigger than that A&M Consolidated and College Station ball game to watch to see kind of where the top of this district goes here in the next couple of weeks. But your Georgetown Eagles are victorious 28-22 over the Glen Grizzlies. A safety at the end and a kickoff to kill the clock, and the Eagles one huge defensive stand at first and goal from the 4-yard line. They make 4 big stops, one at the 6-inch line to save the ball game. Credit to Coach Nicky and his defense. Bend, don't break. They bent all the way down to the 6-inch line, but made the stand of the ball game. The Eagles are victorious 28-22. We're done for the week. We get to take the weekend off, and we will be back Monday night. Come out to the Booster Club meeting, 6 o'clock at the field house in the classroom. Wednesday night, we'll be live from the Golden Rule for the Coaches Show live here on SHN. And then next Friday night from Birkelbach Field, we'll have the ball game here on SHN between your Georgetown Eagles and the Cedar Park Timberwolves. For Dave England, for Kelly DeVoll, I'm Wally Harmon. Thanks to our producer and make it all happen on the computer, my wife, Jerry Ann, to Holden Tuma and the stats. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you for listening in. Eagle football victorious 28-22. Have a good weekend, and remember, it's never cost you a dime to be kind. Good night.